Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel where we keep you up to date with all the latest updates, guides and builds. Today we have an absolute treat for all you Wayfinders out there. Before we jump into anything, you guys probably realize I haven't uploaded for like two and a half, I think close to 3 weeks or something like that. I do absolutely apologize. I've actually had some personal things going on, family stuff and all that. So I haven't really sat down for like 3 weeks or so to do any recording, but we are back starting next week. We are going to be uploading again. We have to finish off the last part of the last event. But anyway, if you guys haven't been paying attention today, we did get a release of the December patch. This is actually the biggest patch we've seen to date. I was reading this before. It takes like 2 hours. There is so much to go through this. But like we have Eventide Event, we have Awakenings joining the game, we have player updates, century revamps, new weapons, enemy updates, world updates. We have a lot of stuff coming which we're going to cover in this video. But yeah, this is the biggest patch that's been released. I believe the last big patch we had was like November 8th or something like that, which was the experience one. It's been crazy ever since Digital, the company behind them, that was what is it, Warframe. Ever since they left them, they kind of went quiet for a little bit. They had maybe 2-3 minor patches since then, but they weren't really anything to fix the game. It was more to fix something with the PlayStation side of things. So I think PlayStation was struggling or got some delays with stuff. So it was more them, nothing really new. So you haven't really missed anything. The game's just been really quiet for like a full month. But we're back. So we're going to jump into this video and see what's to come. Alright, starting off we have the Eventide. 'Tis the season of Eventide, a festive winter holiday full of gifts, revelry, and deep-fried gelatin. Join Seeker Avila as she searches for the scientific reason for the season, and earn a host of cosmetics and housing items so you can celebrate the holidays in style. The event ends January 12, 2024. At 12 PM CT, new quests and challenges. Play through several holiday quests and complete dozens of challenges to earn coveted Revel Rupees. New rewards. Spend the Revel Rupees at Rael the Haberdasher to obtain cosmetics, housing items, Bloomstone, and your very own Frostspawn hatchling pet. Earn other rewards through rare drops and hidden secrets. A new event, the Plunderful. Scrounge up frozen lures around the highlands to summon the Plunderful, then work with your friends to beat the rewards out of him. New expedition, Eventide Vale. Cobble together your Plunderful loot to enter the Eventide Vale, where you'll find new events, enemies, and surprises waiting to be discovered. New hunt, Winter Queen. Use materials from completing the Eventide Valley to challenge the fearsome Winter Queen. Her icy hide is nearly impenetrable, but that same ice could be her undoing. And you have even more stuff. Limited time holiday imbuements, Eventide themed echoes, snowy skylights and highlands, and new Eventide music, and so much more. Okay, moving along is the thing I'm most excited about, the Awakening. The Awakening system is another venue for Wayfinders to gain power. Here's a quick rundown on the system. The current Awakening cap will be Awakening 3. Past Awakening 3, Wayfinders will require materials found in future raids and mystic hunts. How do I awaken Wayfinders or a weapon? Each time you craft a Wayfinder or weapon you have already unlocked, it gains an Awakening level. Awakened levels are represented by stars under the character name in the armory screen. Higher Awakening levels require more materials. Benefits of Awakening: increases character stats, increases echo capacity equivalent to gaining a level, +1 affinity point every time a Wayfinder / weapon is awakened, increased max equipment level. A fully awakened Wayfinder can equip level 33 accessories, so we're starting to get a little bit in the stronger stuff now. I'm pretty sure I have some stuff that's over level 30, which I can finally use. Awakening will integrate seamlessly with the forthcoming archetype levels and armory, providing players with the progressive power boost beyond the estimated level cap of 30. 1 echo slot when a Wayfinder / weapon gets Awakening 5. For characters, it will always be rush type. For weapons, it will be dependent on the weapon. This won't be the same for each weapon. Also, to primitively answer a few questions, what happens to my coming soon Awakening stones? And no worries, they will be automatically converted to Awakening Stones once the patch is live. Where will Awakening Stones appear in the player's inventory? Awakening Stones won't appear in a player's inventory. If the player has obtained an Awakening Stone when they open the Summoning menu, Omen, or the Weapon Craft menu, Arsenal, select a Wayfinder/weapon that is compatible with the Awakening system. A button will appear that prompts the player to use the Awakening instead of displaying the Awakened recipe. When can Awakening Stones be used? Right away, they should be used to awaken a character/weapon that isn't fully awakened. Okay, we have player updates, Ascension revamp, Showboat passive, reduces damage window, now starts from the beginning of showboating abilities. Pummel and gain favor, and persists through the end if the ability is fully charged. When hit while showboating, gain extra crowd favor meter and gain a stack heal over time effect. Showboating now reduces incoming impact by 25%. Pummel, ability power scaling significantly increases with charge duration. At 10% immediate tap use, partly charged and fully charged, 15, 25. I don't know what the squiggle means. It looks like a nerf buff. I have no idea. I haven't played Senja, but this is a revamp. Let me know how Senja is. But yeah, gain favor. The player can now move while using gain favor at reduced movement speed. And taunt and buff range is increased. Grand Finale ult removed. Thunderous Glory ult. A new ult for Senja. Thunderous Glory deals damage to nearby enemies and buffs nearby allies with increased weapon and ability power for 20 seconds. While Thunderous Glory is active, Senja's weapon attacks cause Chain Lightning, dealing hybrid WP AP to weapon power, ability power damage to her attacks and up to 5 chained enemies. Look, she might be a bit more playable now. I never really played her, but she might get the ult sounds pretty cool. So also I do apologize. I think I read it wrong the first time, but it is Thunderous Glory. But yeah, she looks like she could be an interesting character. I'll definitely try her out when it's there. Okay, now we have some new weapons. We have 5 new weapons: the Sword and Shield, Bastion. The names of the Celestial Architects are woven into the steel, and a champion with faith can still call on their light. Healing Pulse heals the Wayfinder and nearby allies. Power increases for each latent power pip consumed. That's a mouthful. Scythe, the Blood Song. All those who hear the Blood Song are called to quench its thirst. To deny the Sanguine Song is to be consumed in turn. Wheel of Pain throws a scythe out in front of the Wayfinder, spinning in place as long as the button is held. Momentum is drained as the scythe is spinning. Wheel of Pain also heals the Wayfinder as it deals damage. Upon release, unleash a wide spin attack that deals damage. That sounds like it would be crazy on my boy Cairo, so I definitely want to try that weapon out. That actually sounds really cool, especially an extra heal. Can make him unkillable. A Great Sword, the Wind Mother's Fangs. Nalasa, the Wind Mother, was the first queen of the Golden Eyrie and one of its deadliest raiders. Legends say that when she was near death, she transformed into a dragon and still dwells at the top of the first peak. Her fang is infamous, both for its brutal history on the battlefield and its bloody passage from one Eyrie champion to another. Transcendence. Execute a swift 3 to 5 hit combo determined by the amount of momentum consumed, inflicting substantial damage, simultaneously temporarily allowing the Wayfinder to exceed the heat of battle, multiple cap up to 300%. Dual Striker's Umbros. A vault of Ascension held many gifts bestowed upon the kingdom's denizens. Though its creators fell, the Blade of Umbros empowered the greatest champion of the kingdom, until of course the great empire crumbled to ashes. Or ash. I mean, I'm adding my own words at this point. 1,000 cards perform a flurry of slashes around the Wayfinder in all directions. Sounds kind of cool. Burst Rifle Void Binder. Scarcely, I believe, did the Imperial Spellforge call on the expertise of an arcane lord. but in a fleeting alliance held between the Avar throne and the Dominion, House Tarokin instructed the spellsmith how to bind life itself with shadow. Abyssal Anchor. Consume one locked and loaded charge to fire off a powerful soul spear that pierces through enemies and attaches a faint shadow tether to all enemies hit. Subsequent shots will deal all tethered enemies. Striking a single target with additional Abyssal Anchors will deal bonus damage. Okay, after the 5 new weapons, we have some weapon balance changes. All weapon abilities now scale half with ability power and half with weapon power. Scythes. Animation speed increased by 15% for light, heavy, and crossover combos. Damage per hit reduced by 5%. For above combos, overall DPS should be 10% higher. Well, that confirms that the squiggle means it's an increase, so that covers that up. Sword and shield. Sword attacks animation speed 10% faster. Shield attacks now deal 10% more break and damage. Stuff reverse, but you get what I'm saying. Weapon, legacy, ability, phalanx. I apologize if I'm stuffing that word up. Buff range increases from 10 meters to 15 meters. Marksman, deep breath, active reload. The gun jam effect no longer occurs when failing to active reload minigame. Instead, the reload sequence will play out naturally, filling the clip at the end of the timer. Each marksman subclass now has a unique perfect reload buff. Rifles, 35% rate of fire for 4 seconds. Shotgun, 50% break power for 4 seconds. Burst rifles, 50% crit power for 5 seconds. Rune cannons, 50% weapon power for 5 seconds. The duration of each perfect reload buff now scales according to the number of shots fired from the previous clip. Example, if only half of a clip is expanded before reloading, the perfect reload buff's duration will have a 50% reduced duration. Eagle Eye Meter. Eagle Eye targets now only spawn once the Eagle Eye Meter has reached 100%. Eagle Eye Meter gains has been normalized across marksman subclasses. All subclasses should now reach 100% Eagle Eye Meter after 15 seconds of continuous fire. Buffs which scale fire rate, including the Rifle Perfect Reload buff, will also increase Eagle Eye build-up rate. That's kind of cool. Rifles. Rifles now penetrate 25% of enemy armor, down from 50%, so that's a little bit of a nerf. Rifle attacks can pierce one target, damaging the target behind it. Unchanged. Health damage per shot increased by 30%, break damage per shot increased by 25%, rate of fire reduced by 15%, clip size increased from 7 to 9, optimal range reduced from 18 meters to 15 meters, maximum range reduced from 36 to 30, a ransom scattershot now counts as a single hit per target. See shotgun attack changes. Total break damage increased by 200%. No longer pierces targets. Shotguns. Shotguns no longer penetrate enemy armor. Shotguns attacks no longer pierce targets. Shotgun blasts now count as a single combined hit per target instead of each pellet counting as a separate hit. Damage to each target scales with the number of pellets that hit. This significantly reduces the rate of some on-hit effects, such as Venomous's Venom effects. I don't know if that sounds like a nerf to Venomous, honestly. I guess if you're not using a shotgun, that's probably not so much of a nerf. But anyway, each shotgun blasts now fires 12 pellets instead of 6. Total health damage reduced by 10%. Total break damage increased by 100%. Rate of fire increased by 25%, clip size reduced from 6 to 4, optimal range reduced from 12 meters to 7 meters, and maximum range reduced from 25 meters to 21 meters. Seems like a really big nerf to the shotgun, but I could be wrong. That's just how it's coming across to me. Burst rifle. Burst rifle now penetrates 25% of enemy armor, down from 50%. Burst rifle attacks no longer pierce targets. Break damage reduced by 20%. Bursts are now 25% tighter. Less time between shots inside a burst. This causes burst rifle overall rate of fire to increase significantly, 7%. Clip size increased from 12 to 18. Optimal range reduced from 18 to 11 meters. Maximum range reduced from 36 to 30 meters. And the Nightshade Wyvern's Fury clip size increased from 15 to 24. Rune Cannons. Rune Cannons now ignore 50% of enemy armor, down from 100%. Rune Cannon attacks can pierce up to 7 targets for a maximum of 7 targets per shot, unchanged. Fixed a bug that was skewing the angle of Rune Cannon's hit area, making it difficult to hit flying enemies and eagle eye targets. Break damage reduced by 67%, clip size reduced from 5 to 4, optimal range reduced from 25 meters to 20, and maximum range reduced from 45 to 30. Okay, next up we have some Wayfinder changes. Misc, Shadow Step, total ratio 2.5 AP up to 3.5. Umbral Aura, total ratio 6 AP to 9 AP, all hits. Vengeful Shade, initial ratio 1.5 to 2. Slam ratio 2.5 to 3. Wingrave, Fracture Strike 1.5 to 2.5. Radiant Pulse, Heavy Strike 1.2 to 1.7, and Light Pulse 0.55 to 0.8. Silo, Firebombs, initial damage 0.5 to 1. Oil Bomb, explosion, initial damage 1 to 1.5. Physical defense and magic resistance damage reduction curves have been increased. Damage reduction when defense stats are equal to enemy attacks increased 15% to 18%. Maximum damage reduction when defense stat is 4 times the enemy attack stat increased 40% to 55%. Note, in a future update we plan to change how this stat is calculated to normalize damage reduction values across all classes. This change was too large to make it into this patch, but will be adding soon once adequate testing can be done. Fixed an issue where the following skills had no impact: Kairos, Rake, Venomous, Transfusion, Vampiric Blast, and Deep Breath. Moving along, we have some updated Wayfinder visuals. Silo, new ultimate, same damage profile, only a new visual. Updated Firebomb, updated Oil Bomb. Misc, updated Shade transitions, ultimate polish. Added signature daggers during shadow steps. Reduced opacity on Umbral Aura buff, and Venomous. Updated non-combat double jump, new transfusion projectiles. Next up we have enemy updates, AI system improvements, refracted awareness and threat systems to create more AI, responsive AI, added team sense to help AI communicate perception events to encounter groups, added proximity sense to AI to detect players when they get very close to them from behind, added a component to our threat model that helps spread pressure out more evenly among team members, added how distant is modeled in our threat system to better match the max range for player weapons. AI will better spread out to avoid each other in combat. Reworked AI core navigation implementation for smoother movement. Increased maximum walk and run move speed of most melee character classes. AI damage. We received all damage effects in the game to ensure that AI had a healthy mixture of physical and magical damage abilities, so players got value from both defensive stats equally. Audited damage types from every AI attack. I feel like I just stuffed that word up, but it's fine. Adjusted a few attacks from physical damage to magical attacks, thus changing which defense stat is used. Fixed issues where some damage over time dots or area effects AoE abilities were doing too much damage, and fixed issues where some dots and AoE abilities were blockable, and enemy adjustments. Added lock-on indicators for all hunt bosses, and many leaping and gap closing attacks had their cooldowns and targeting adjusted. World updates. Fixed priority tagged tiles unnecessarily affecting dungeon tile budgets. Globally adjusted event budgets to allow for all events to spawn. Added jump links to most tiles to improve AI movement. General navigation cleanup and improvement. Removed +1 content level up when completing any choke point or stronghold event. Removed all objective UI from Gloom stronghold events, and new encounters added for ambushes across all biomes. Aurelian, there should now only be one combat choke point in the repository of knowledge. Added new memory fragment pickups to Orbital, Facsimile, Decoder, and Clinical Trial. I definitely screwed up 2 of those names. Arkstone can now be picked up by all players in the dungeon. Reduce the max active count of Arkstones to 1, down from 2. Reduce the max active count from grid puzzles to 2, down from 3. Added a new tracer variant featuring a fiery foe in the Codex Hall. Updated the encounters for the hidden activation of the Facsimile event. I do apologize, some of these words just go over my head. Added additional loot options to the hidden activation of the Facsimile event. Each player can individually acquire bonus loot if they complete the hidden activation of the Facsimile event by exchanging extra Arkstones and data fragments. A Matter of Time event now only requires 3 hourglasses, down from 4. Also increased the timer to 10 minutes, up from 5. Any player can place an hourglass after it has been picked up. Wayfinders can now enter the clinical trial after it has begun, and cleaned up numerous toe catches across all tiles. The Deep, the Pit, the Bloodworks, and Beldum now have distinct art styles. Added new mines tiles. Added a Chain Gang variant to the Pit and the Bloodworks. Chain Gang NPCs are now randomized. Dread Legion added 2-second delay to the traversal platform throughout the hunt. Improved guidance between major platforms, and tuned the range of the Gloom collapse to not be so punishing on the second traversal sequence. Reaver Woods reduced the max number of tiles in Reaver Woods dungeons. Reaver Woods boundary tiles updated to look impassable, and added dense fog. Added new memory fragment pickups to the Gloom stronghold. Adjusted encounters in the Hollow Heart to weigh hollow creature spawns over Reaver creatures. Crown of Decay is re-enabled. Enemies should now properly engage the Wayfinder with the Crown. The Crown of Decay buff now applies to Wayfinders wearing it and others in proximity. Enlightening Treasure has been added to the Shrouded Woods and Bone Orchard. The chests will no longer lock Wayfinders out after 3 incorrect torches have been lit. The runes will no longer change color to indicate the corresponding torch has been lit. Ley lines now require 2 pillars to be activated, down from 3. The Fighting Pit in the Hollow Heart will no longer indefinitely spawn additional enemies during the final wave. Audio updates for ley lines, shrines, snare, and sacrifice events. Kolar the Beastmaster. All summoned beasts have slightly increased health and resilience. Oh, great. Added some invulnerabilities when Kolar summons beasts. Kolar's melee attack damage was increased slightly. Kolar's leap damage and range was also increased slightly when Kolar commands his bear to stomp. This ability will happen in sequence properly now instead of starting immediately. Fixed issues where his bear stomp could only hit the slow one target. I mean, that just sounds a lot better in my terms. Wormwood added a small heal to Wormwood when a seed hatches on hollowed ground. Reaver King improved mounting behavior, tuned melee attacks to be a bit more aggressive and engaging, and improved Marrow's charge attack. This is before I fight the Reaver King, so that's gonna be fun, fighting him in a buff state. Yay me. Highlands added additional loot to the Gloom tier boss islands. Nightmare's rework, new and updated AI with a focus on phases. Borrow bursts reworked to be based on HP percent. Acid Spray now leaves a Gloom AoE behind. Acid Spit now leaves Gloom AoE behind on impact. New abilities, Borrow Burst. Knight's Maw will perform a set of borrows that release a burst of Gloom energy. Scream summons additional worms to fight. Sea of Worms summons an army of worms that will borrow burst around Wayfinder. And of course, no surprise, Talon of Pyre, who's been in every single other match to date, leveled out the area to provide a more consistent combat experience. Read times, Meteor, Vortex, and Final Phase AoEs to line up significantly better with the AoE indicator. Fixed an issue where damage volumes would linger around some abilities or after some abilities, reduced damage during some final phase attacks. Talon of Pyre now enters its final phase at 10% remaining health instead of 15%. Talon of Pyre's final phase lasts 40 seconds max instead of 15 seconds. And defeating Talon of Pyre now spawns a chest that contains all loot. The loot will remain in the area for 120 seconds before disappearing. Okay, next up we have the progression and loot updates. Event resources now drop from more events in each biome. For example, Halcyon Orbs, I apologize, I'm definitely screwing that name up, can now be found from large numbers of events in Aurelian. Quest XP and rewards updated. Previously completed quests will grant the difference in rewards as appropriate one-time rewards. Added Battle Pass experience rewards to some side quests that were missing it. Previously completed quests will grant the difference in rewards as appropriate one-time rewards. Boss loot reworked to improve the item mix and increase the drop rate for epic accessories. They definitely added an extra that doesn't need to be there. Vestige and Essence drop rates now scale with difficulty sphere. Trickster chest loot improvements. Large trickster chest guarantees one trickster coin and one item from accessory, echo, gloomstone, or trophy. And then small trickster chest is one gold, spectre, or trickster key. The trickster bar loot improvement added a pity loot tier, reworked all tiers to grant escalating, there we go, rewards. My bad, my brain is just failing today. There are two outcomes that guarantee trickster coins and trickster wheel loot improvements. Wins now guarantee the following: one trickster coin, one item from accessory, echo, trophy, or gloomstone, and one gold, spectre, or key. Highlands chest spawn rates slightly increased. Highlands accessories should no longer be dropped at level 1. Spectra revamp. Higher tiers of Spectra are now found when using 2+ imbuements rather than being based on the level of the dungeon. Quantities scale with the sphere of the lost zone. Reworked all recipes to align with the new Spectra scheme. Fixed an issue causing Marrow to not always drop loot. Reaver King Echo increased damage 250% to 350. Cooldown reduced 30 seconds to 15 seconds. Marrow Echo increased crit power 10 to 20%. Lord of Blades Echo increased damage 100 to 350, that's a huge upgrade, and increased cooldown 10 to 15 seconds, but that's reasonable considering the damage is just a giant thing. Riven Echo now works against all enemies, not just Gloom enemies. Argent Hand Echo, bomb damage increase 200 to 300, I'm pretty sure that's the one my Kairos has. Consumables are now fully consumed when used. Consumables will no longer be refilled by traveling or signal fires. I don't know why that malfunctioned my brain so hard. Wayfinders can now bring much more than 3 consumables with them into a lost zone, and consumable recipes costs have been reduced. Alright, moving along, we have the Mutator updates. Mutators will no longer target players on player start locations or checkpoint respawns. Players in these areas are no longer targeted by things like bombs. Damage effects will still damage players, but ground effects will not damage players in these areas. Trickster knockbacks won't affect players in these regions. Hunt resets. Mutators will now clean up after hunts and expeditions end. Mutator objects will despawn and periodic events will stop. Gloom Shroud holdout duration decreased by 1/3. Gloom Collapse recharge rate of cleanse stations increased by 100%. Gloom Collapse Radiant Torch should no longer duplicate. Torch no longer floats in the air if dropped while airborne. Torch won't get stuck on elevators. Dodging won't clear Gloom Erosion, and Torch will now automatically respawn at the most recent checkpoint if it falls out of a player, or on the center tile during the first hunt. Trickster, fixed fake loot spawns, updated bombs to match radiuses with art better, updated bombs to ragdoll after exploding, updated to stop spawning bombs after an instance is complete, bombs no longer have collision, bombs that have already spawned but have not exploded will deactivate and drop to the ground, reworked all bombs, spawned bombs, chest bombs, and fake bombs to only explode for a single frame. Previously, the damage region would persist for a second. Fire bombs gained all updates from Trickster Mutator. Fire pools now have a max limit and will despawn the oldest one when a new one is created. And fire bombs ground explosion radius now matches visuals. And Golden Catch, I don't know how to pronounce it, Cache, I have no idea. Fixed a lot of interaction issues. This should only be destroyed by the explosion from the gloom-touched enemy. Greed. Gold piles now replicate correctly now. Gold piles should no longer poof out of existence and should play a quick sinking animation when gathered. Gold mites no longer spawn from every pile. Gold mites no longer spawn one at a time, but now in swarms. That's going to be annoying because they're the most annoying things to deal with. Toxic. Added Mushroom Masher buff. If a mushroom is killed by a melee ability, it will grant the killing player a temporary attack power buff. Updated puddles to not tick immediately upon entering the puddle, giving melee players a window to get in and attack it before being hit. Updated puddles so that players may now jump over them / through them, and that's actually kind of cool. Okay, next we have some UI and UX improvements. Characters and weapons can now be awakened by the summoning menus using crafting resources and awakening stones. XP catches, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Items can now be consumed from the upgrades category in the player inventory. Item details for accessories now show echo slots, count, and slot type icons. Player can cycle to view equipped echoes in accessory slots while selling to a vendor. Quest menu now has a navigatable reward grid that shows item details on focus. Quest menu displays quantity of items and gained experience. Quest menu displays number of tracked quests. Vendor item grids now display stock limits and out of stock feedback. The event item requester menu now has fewer interrupting steps for selecting and confirming the item to give. Additional stat increases are displayed in HUD when a character or weapon level up. Improvements selector displays a preview of resulting mutator when selecting and creating combinations. Rune Silver Shop now displays character and weapon stats and ability details. Player can toggle an expanded view on echo details while in the echo menu for information that is I can't pronounce this word. Turanacted, I don't know. Reward towers now have a floor selection list that comes in handy. PC players can select between quitting to main menu or quitting to desktop from pause menu. A world map access button now more prominent in minimap or map menu. Pause menu visual revamp with updates buttons and meter displayed for reward tower, character, and weapons. Vendor items now display in a block grid, previously was a list entry. Player inventory now displays items in a block grid. Previously was a list entry. Echo Fusion rank icon update to not confuse with Awakening Stars. Visual updates to character stat display. Visual update to quest start and complete summary menu. XP toasts appear in the HUD. Key thresholds to display character and weapon XP progression. XP progression bars have been added to the player HUD. Echo inventory, updated list entry layouts, condensers names, level and rank visuals to make more room for power rating values and large type icons. Added power level to the info box at base of menu. You can now sort by power rating, rarity, name, capacity, and recent. Moving on, XP catches are now usable. XP from creatures, bosses, and expedition completion bonuses have been reduced by 30%. Dev note: when we buffed XP by 300%, we had said we intended to revisit these values. Initially, Wayfinder was planned to release with XP catches being functional, but that didn't happen, so XP felt very scarce for players, so we increased XP values massively to remedy that. With XP catches online, we're making an adjustment. Weapons are now dyeable. That's cool, because now I can finally make a weapon that suits my gear. Added 2 additional dye slots for Wayfinders. Wolf now has new items available for helper coins. Improved housing item placement system for smoother decoration. Combat music is no longer tied to enemy threat level. It will only start in specific combat scenarios like events, hunts, and anchor fights. Music will also no longer stop and start during hunts. New impact sounds have been added for all weapon classes. Rifles also now have hit indicator sounds. Crits now have sound associated. Signal fires are now approachable from both sides. Signal fires now replenish flasks. Flask refill stations have been removed from Highlands and Skylight, and players returning from a hunt or expedition will now spawn much closer to the Gloom Gate. Okay, now we have some combat stuff. Fixed an issue where loot could fall through the terrain when killing enemies. Fixed multiple issues where player movement could freeze. Fixed an issue where Gloomgate safe zones were not functioning. Fixed an issue where enemy health bars would not display before they took damage when locked on. Fixed an issue where overkilling an enemy did not show their health bar as fully empty. Fixed an issue where enemy HP bars appeared empty when locked on. Fixed an issue where enemy nameplates did not correctly display debuffs or buffs. Fixed an issue where the camera could be detached when performing an air attack. Fixed an issue where the camera panned above the player after locking on an enemy using the right stick button. Fixed an issue with enemies not taking damage from the player within the Gloom ambush tile, even after the fog wall receded when the event ended. Fixed an issue where enemy lock-on VFX persisted on the character even after respawning. Fixed an issue where encounter triggers were causing AI aggro. Fixed an issue where falling while affected by a damage over time effect resulted with too much damage or death. Fixed an issue where enemy projectiles did not immediately despawn after colliding with a surface. Fixed an issue where players stayed in combat after completing the Arclight Overlord event. Fixed an issue where the camera and player may have spun when a flea grabbed onto them while locked on. Fixed an issue where players began to rapidly slide around if a gloom flea attached to them. Fixed an issue where bramble pumpkins didn't have soft targeting enabled. Fixed an issue where the respawn restriction in expeditions needed to be removed. Fixed an issue where character invulnerability glow was unfunctional. Fixed an issue where characters did not have an invulnerability glow. and vulnerability grow when dodging after switching characters. Fixed an issue where falling while affected by a damage over time ability resulted in taking too much damage and immediate death. Fixed an issue where chill debuff persisted after respawning. Fixed an issue where dashing did not clear chill debuff stacks. Fixed an issue where players did not freeze when a chill debuff reached 20 stacks. Fixed an issue where players were able to sprint while gloom grasps in a gloom. Let me redo that. Fixed an issue where players were able to sprint while in gloom grasp state. There we go. Fixed an issue where non-party leader party members would occasionally not earn helper coins when participating in helper quests. Fixed an issue where players became invisible to each other after respawning, and fixed an issue where gloom blood puddles in the mines expeditions were dealing too much damage. Hunts. Fixed an issue where the player does not take damage over time when Gloom Rot debuff is active during Hunt Legion. Fixed an issue where dodging cleared the Dread Legion Gloom Rot debuff. Fixed an issue where Gloom Rot debuff persisted through death in an expedition. Fixed an issue with the Dread Legion Hunt not resetting after a character dies at any point. Fixed an issue where Dread Legion movement animation glitches while exiting the portal at the final phase area. Fixed an issue where sprinting consumes stamina when the player was not out of combat during the Reaver King hunt. Fixed the player dropping out of combat during the hunt Archon Commander. Fixed an issue the hunt where adds panic UI activates when standing on a brazier on either side of the fog door during the Argent Hand hunt. I don't even know. Right? Yeah, and we're just gonna go with Brazier. Fixed an issue in Hunt where Broodmother and Blood spawn camera pans above the player after locking enemy using the right analog button. I'm just gonna say right analog stick because it just sounds better. I'm guessing that's referring to PlayStation. Fixed an issue where the Reavers ready to attack / spawn SFX played very loudly when triggered during the Reaver King fight, and fixed an issue where aim and lock-on failed to work on Broodmother, Bloodspawn, and Bloodboar. Improvements. Fixed an issue where Chaos Improvements were not triggering in hunts. And is that really a bad thing? That thing is just annoying. Fixed an issue where Phoenix eggs were spawned for previously spawned ads when the hunt reset if Phoenix eggs solo and greed mutator was used. Fixed an issue where enemies clipped into the ground after spawning from golden eggs in the expedition when our Phoenix egg mutator was active. Updated breaking golden eggs, which did not reward the player with gold during any expedition hunt when Phoenix Egg, Solar, and Greed Mutator was active. Updated breaking the resilience of an enemy with a golden shell to properly reward the player with gold. Updated VFX texture issues, the Chaos Spores Mutator, which caused highlighting of Mushroom model. Fixed an issue with Goldquake Mutator effects not applying correctly. Fixed Golden Catches not being recognizable as a Mutator combination. Previously, if you dropped a Gloom Torch on top of a checkpoint, it suddenly refused to be interacted with. Fear not, we've untangled its spectral threads and now it responds to your touch as intended. Fixed an issue where Corpse Bloom projectiles shot up too high in the air during an expedition when the Corpse Bloom Shadow Flora mutator was active. Fixed an issue where Mayhem Bomb Explosion did not sync with the AoE indicator. Fixed an issue where Trickster Bomb SFX did not play on initial bomb spawn, but played when bombs was about to explode, and fixed an issue where the Lesser Greed debuff did not reset after death. Consumables. Fixed an issue where the consumable basic Turtle Saw Blood Brew 1 increased max stamina by 60 instead of 30. Fixed an issue where consumable Greater Aegis brought 3 consumables Mage defense buff does not match the item description. Fixed an issue where consumables had additional charges added after traveling. Fixed an issue where health flasks were not always refilling upon respawning in lost zones. Fixed an issue where consumable flask charge count was lost when unequipping and re-equipping flasks. Fixed an issue where crafted consumables counts reverted back to 0 when the user relaunches the game. And fixed an issue where health flasks might not refill upon leaving the lost zone. Weapons fixed an issue where simultaneously pressing jump and attack inputs caused loss of momentum in aerial attacks. Fixed an issue where Wayfinders were unable to use heavy air attacks after using zip lines. Fixed an issue where aerial heavy attacks not concluding when performed on top of breakable objects. I'm guessing that's referring to all the ore and that, because those stuff just never break. Fix an issue where dot damage ticks contribute to the melee combo counter when the player uses primary and alternate attack actions without actually hitting an enemy or any enemy. Rifles fixed an issue where the sacrifice event did not trigger when the player attacked event-related enemies using any long-range rifle. Fixed an issue where the player was able to exploit Talon of Pyre in Highlands using any long-range rifle. Fixed an issue where ranged weapons stuttered while aiming down sight with a controller. Fixed an issue where player emote animation remained uninterrupted even when they attack with a ranged weapon. Fixed an issue where Void Binder weapon ability left behind an invisible collision in the direction fired. Fixed an issue where Nightshade recoil animation plays for an additional time after the magazine is empty. The lingering poison dot from Nightshade weapon ability now wears off as intended. Fixed an issue with Nightshade weapon ability Wyvern Fury, adding extra poison stacks than intended. Fixed an issue where dying while Nightshade's weapon ability was active resulted in Nightshade's burst being faster than normal. Fixed an issue where Nightshade could have rapid 3-round burst after reloading during weapon ability. Fixed an issue where players could use Duskbringer to inflict damage to an opponent's through the obstacles. Fixed an issue where Duskbringer's weapon ability Vortex didn't deal damage to Bloodbore. Fixed an issue where Rune Cannon did not deal damage to any objectives. Fixed an issue where burst type rifles played reload failed SFX if the fire button was held down when reloading initiated. Fixed an issue where the active reload weapon power boost line listed the wrong percent increase. Fixed an issue where rifles may auto fire 3 rounds if the player releases the fire button just before the reload process is completed. Fixed an issue where rifles fired sideways for the first round after auto reloading. Fixed an issue where hotspot reloads could fail to refill the magazine. Fixed an issue where burst type rifles did not constantly trigger Eagle Eye markers. Fixed an issue where Eagle Eye weak point failed to work as intended for hunt bosses, and fixed an issue where Eagle Eye markers could block enemy projectiles. Sword and Shield increased the attack speed and shield bash break power ratio of Sword and Shield as they were underperforming compared to other weapon archetypes. Fixed an issue where the player could counter damage ticks from a debuff using Sword and Shield weapon. Vanguard's Power Bash no longer generates latent power. It's all under control now. Fixed an issue where Sword and Shields were not building latent power for abilities. Fixed an issue where Bastion's weapon ability could be slammed multiple times. Fixed an issue where Bastion's weapon ability couldn't consistently heal players. And fixed an issue where Legacy weapon ability effects were lingering longer than expected. We have the two-handed weapons, fixed an issue with the player not gaining momentum from attacking blood bags, fixed an issue where players did not gain momentum inside the Dread Legion hunt, fixed an issue where the player could gain momentum by destroying the breakable objects with any two-handed weapon, fixed an issue where two-handed momentum broke when spamming the weapon ability input, fixed an issue where sprint is retained if the character activates two-hand block while sprinting, fixed an issue where earth-breaking VFX appeared in the air when using two-handed weapons, fixed an issue where momentum consumption for Typhoon's weapon ability Shatter was inconsistent, fixed an issue where the Wheel of Pain weapon ability only hit once, fixed an issue where the player lost movement control after playing an emote during the Wheel of Pain weapon ability, fixed an issue where Juggernaut's weapon ability could end prematurely, fixed an issue where Juggernaut's uppercut swing may not have fired an ability activation, fixed an issue where Molten Cleave weapon ability cancelled out when the player uses any character ability, fixed an issue with Epitaph's Arcane Harvest still buffing the player even if no enemy is hit, fixed an issue with Eclipse's weapon ability Steel Vortex being able to be guided to hit multiple enemies by switching locked targets. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Smart way whoever figures that one out. Fixed an issue with the Eclipse weapon ability Steel Vortex not consuming full momentum. Twin Strikers Dual Blades. Fixed an issue with Twin Strikers light attack combo had increased delay after Flourish Parry. Fixed an issue with Dual Daggers where tapping the Flourish button while having more than one Flourish point caused the UI to display the wrong amount of points, updated parry window which prevented damage from ground effects and ambient damage. I have no idea. Fixed an issue with parry attacks getting cancelled if the player performs any other actions. I'm going to be honest, all these texts like so squished together, it's making it hard to keep track of what line I'm on. I'm not going to lie. I'm like mixing them up in my head. Okay, now getting into the big fixes. UI controls. Fix an issue with KBM controls being non-functional on the setting menu after a controller disconnected. I fixed an issue with the player being unable to unlock abilities using only a keyboard. Fixed an issue where the player could lose functionality to unlock new abilities when assessing the ability menu for the first time. Fixed an issue where players lost functionality in the consumables menu upon selecting a consumable to replace another. Fixed an issue where reward pop-ups on load caused the ability wheel to disappear for mouse and keyboard players. Fixed an issue where clicking the back button with a mouse pointer wouldn't function. Resolved a situation where the character was temporarily unable to bring up the emote radial wheel after entering and exiting editing mode in your house. Fixed an issue with the affinity upgrades not continuing to upgrade when holding input. Fixed an issue where players couldn't navigate upwards using controller or keyboard arrow keys in the newest pause menu. Combat UI status menu. Fixed an issue where status alignments and debuffs wouldn't always appear under the enemy PR boss's health bar. Fixed an issue where the HUD would not display debuff icons while affected by the poison debuff from hobgoblins. Fixed an issue where Windhowler's silence ability would fail to be displayed on the status menu. Fixed an issue where highlight intensity for ability icons varied upon navigating over them for the first time with the controller. Fixed an issue where Goblin Chemist's poison attacks had no debuff icon on the player's character. and was not displaying in character status HUD. Fixed an issue where there was no visual feedback in the buff debuff section of the player HUD or performing a Vengeful Shade level 1 follow-up. Fixed an issue where activated passives and buffs were not displayed on the character status page and the HUD. Fixed an issue in the UI where duplicate buff icons were being generated. Fixed an issue where the echo icon on the buffs tab did not match the icon on passive tab. Fixed an issue where the ammo counter UI wouldn't display after certain travel conditions. Fixed an issue where the ammo count UI failed to update properly when the player swaps between rifle with varying ammo counts. Fixed an issue where an additional ring of bullets persisted on screen after the player respawned with Nightshade. Fixed an issue where a cooldown displayed on consumable slots even when using up the last available flask. Fixed an issue where the cooldown timer was absent for the players after completely using all 6 flasks. Fixed an issue where the Crown of Decay did not tell the player how much of a buff they received. Fixed an issue where the consumable UI disappeared when choosing an option from the item already equipped pop-up. Fixed an issue where the ability UI was not displaying. Fixed an issue where the consumable screen did not display the amount owned for each consumable. Options menu. Fixed an issue where swapping input types didn't update callouts in the bindings menu. Fixed an issue with the game not auto detecting the controller and using a proper button layout. Players can now set multiple actions on a single keyboard, your finger, your rules. Updated player who could bind touchpad buttons in bindings. That's cool. A fixed issue where incorrect L1 plus L1 duplicate bindings pop-up appeared in the section bindings menu when a duplicate binding was assigned. A fixed issue where inappropriate terminology was observed in the duplicate binding message when binding the left stick and right stick with the directional input to both select left lock on target and select right lock on target. Fixed an issue where incorrect button icons were used when left right stick directional inputs are assigned in bindings. Fixed an issue where incorrect button depictions were displayed in the duplicate binding pop-ups. Fixed an issue where the controls tooltip failed to disappear when the player selected bindings. Fixed an issue where PC terminologies, key binding and hotkeys were observed in bindings. Fixed an issue with the audio language being changed to the same language as the text language upon resetting to default in settings. Fixed an issue where the player was able to bind the options button to edit mode, binding in the bindings menu. Updated player preferences, which were shared with all PSN accounts logged into a console. Updated missing options under quality selection in graphic options. Fixed an issue where apply graphic settings didn't pop up if the player previously selected no. Updated apply graphic settings UI which displayed incorrectly. Fixed an issue where players and closing the settings. Wait, I'm lost where I am. Fixed an issue where opening and closing the settings menu without making any changes invoked the apply graphics settings confirmation pop-up. Fixed highlighted selections in settings menu being misleading. Fixed an issue where explicit language was still displayed in chat with profanity filters on. The keep settings confirmation pop-up no longer implies a mysterious time limit. It's here to stay until you decide otherwise. Added an option to turn on and off subtitles in the settings. Fixed an issue with the UI for the option on the right side of the options menu overflowing its UI bounds. Update the style description in the options menu. Fixed an issue where settings could be opened during Skylight intro cinematic. Fixed an issue where the chat participants tab was displaying after selecting cancel matchmaking from the options menu. Fixed an issue where you could leave certain actions unbound in the bindings menu. Fixed an issue where text language in-game settings incorrectly inflected the toggled but not unconfirmed language after respawning. Quest UIs. Fixed an issue where quests were automatically accepted if the player clicked outside of the window. Fixed an issue where third rewards icon did not fit inside the priority quest pop-up window. Fixed an issue where players were unable to scroll through the quest rewards list using the controller. Fixed an issue where priority quest completion pop-ups had incorrect text. Fixed an issue where an empty quest menu was observed when accessed during a dialogue sequence. Fixed an issue where the track quest button call out was displayed for tabs that were empty under quest menu. Fixed an issue where quest descriptions and objectives were not localized for some of the Eventide challenges in the quest menu. Fixed an issue where quests could disappear from the player quest list upon fast travel. Fixed an issue where a blank pop-up window with a trophy icon could appear between quests. Fixed an issue where the toast suppression tag was not correctly integrated with quest banner /accept logic. Echo UI. Fixed an issue where the UI inventory or the Echo inventory warning might not appear at 85% capacity. Fixed an issue with the convert to dust action call at R2 having an improper vertical aspect ratio. Fixed an issue where the convert, I'm mixing these words up, to dust visual indicator was choppy when using a controller. Fixed an issue where the speed from dusting echoes from mouse and key to gamepad were incorrect. Fixed an issue where some text was missing in the Marrow Echo description. Fixed an issue where echo dust is excess of 100 million, damn. Pushed the amount of memory fragments off screen. Fixed an issue where UI showed level 1 echoes generate 0 dust until you convert them. Fixed an issue where echo information was being blocked by the weapon stats block. Fixed an issue where echo capacity costs failed to update when the player switched to an echo type tab that had no echoes. Fixed an issue where echo capacity cost didn't always accurately update when viewing echoes. Fixed an issue where the player could be temporarily blocked from equipping echoes after unequipping an echo while converting an echo to dust. Fixed an issue where the button registered to convert to dust had a brief pause between input and output and input registered. Fixed an issue where the UI highlighter vanished and the player lost the functionality of the left stick while converting an equipped echo into dust. Fixed an issue where the narrow echo icon is displayed on the character echoes menu tab. Fixed an issue where the character menu equipped stat panel remains active when moving to the echo tab using a controller after the game loses focus. Fixed an issue with weapon stats displaying stat changes from echoes. Fixed an issue where affinity table stats will fail to update after echo fusion. Fixed an issue where equipped echoes displayed a cost 2 times their actual cost when viewing in the character echoes interface. Fixed an issue where converting a series of echoes to dust while holding down the input would sometimes stop. Fixed an issue where the convert to dust bar wasn't entirely filled when conversion completed. Fixed an issue where cursor was sometimes inaccessible after tabbing over to the alt tab from the attack tab on the echo list. Fixed an issue where echo fusion could stop incorrect rank stars. Oh, show incorrect. Sorry, all these words I struggle with a bunch of words all put together. Let me read that. Fix an issue where Echo Fusion could show incorrect rank stars. There we go. That's the proper one. Fix an issue where multiple Echo Fusion pop-ups could appear overlapping when selecting a filled Echo slot and pressing the input for Echo Fusion simultaneously. Fixed an issue where the UI grid selection highlighter failed to remain on the selected Echo after returning from the browser Echo page. Fixed an issue where the cursor box did not scroll properly if the user was at Echo inventory limit and using a controller. Fixed an issue where players could equip the same Echo in 2 different sections. Fixed an issue where unequipping an Echo had the cursor jump to the first Echo slot. Fixed an issue where players could not equip Echoes in a new Echo slot after tempering the weapon. Fixed an issue where Echoes slotted in unequipped accessories still showed as equipped in Echo list. Fixed an issue where equipping an Echo on an accessory with 2 slots may not cause it to show as equipped. Oh my god, my brain's just getting mixed up with all these tags. Fix an issue where the Echo rarity visuals did not match actual Echo rarity on the first instance of opening the Echo menu. Fixed an issue where rush type Echo power level increased was not represented in UI. Fixed an issue where Echo descriptions had ended with an ellipsis. I have no idea what that even word is, but sure. Failed to expand and display the full text. Fixed an issue where newly tempered created slots on weapons didn't appear until after slotting an Echo. Fixed an issue where cursor did not highlight an Echo if there was only one of its type in player inventory while using controller. Fixed an issue where newly created Echo slots would appear as the last type of socket that was moused over. Fixed an issue where weapon Echo slots showed an incorrect capacity before tempering. Fixed an issue where incorrect Echo slot value was displayed on the projected stats for weapons. Fixed an issue where an Echo's type did not update properly after completing quest objectives or fast traveling. Fixed an issue where the Echo experience was showing incorrect total value before and after performing Echo Fusion. Fixed an issue where matching Echoes did not notify the player when cost would bring Echo capacity over the limit. Fixed an issue where insufficient resources was displayed after fusing any Echo to max rank. Fixed an issue where the Echo list could appear in another tab when selecting an Echo slot and moving to another character menu tab simultaneously. Fixed an issue where debug text was displayed in place of colored text in the description of rush type Echoes. Fixed an issue where the player could pull up the Echo Fusion prompt for an Echo right as it was converted into dust, and fixed an issue where Echo Fusion did not warn players the max threshold has been met. Text additions and corrections. Updated all tab which was misspelled as trophies in the quest menu. Fixed an issue where please was misspelled as please in the required patch available message box. Fixed a typo in the fighting pit objective. Fixed an issue where text trunction was observed for the accessory remnant head. I have no idea what that word is. Researcher bracelet. Fixed an issue where Tempest was referred to as both a rifle and a shotgun in different places in the store, inventory, loadout, and style UIs. Fixed an issue where Arcstorm was referred to as both a rifle and rune cannon in different places in the store, inventory, layout, and style. Fixed an issue where Hellswarm was referred to as both a rifle and a shotgun in different places. Fixed the typo Foreman Ruby had an extra A in dialogue. Fixed an issue where long item name caused text overflow in the resources screen. Fixed an issue where the boss count was shown incorrectly in the hunt objective in Hunt the Storm Twins. Updated ability unlock text to be consistent in text. Updated ability. Fixed an issue where blood letter displaying the wrong description in the expedition end screen. Fix an issue with text overflowing on some menu screens. Fix an issue with the loading screen while traveling to Deepwood Halt still saying Frostmarch. Fixed an issue where the transport guidance manual accessory had the wrong description. Fixed an issue where passive ability in the ability menu were missing text. Fixed an issue where weapon class types did not match weapon descriptors. I think some of these are just typos. That's why my brain's hurting. Fixed an issue where the Titan's Bane essence description was inconsistent with other weapon essence descriptions. Fixed an issue where Knight's Edge essence description was inconsistent with other weapon essence descriptions. Fixed an issue with third column of masteries did not have any indication that it required a specific mastery level. Fixed an issue where the Fighting Pit event had a typo in the first objective. Fixed an issue where the incorrect text was displayed in the Japanese ability menu. Fixed an issue where the XP toast for level 30 weapons and characters could show negative numbers instead of showing they were maxed. Fixed an issue where placeholder text could be seen when opening the Wayfinder menu. Fixed an issue where English voice over talent was not listed in the credits. Fixed an issue where placeholder text DW005 was displayed in place of Venom in dual wield skins. Fixed an issue where the Pride Lord was referenced as a stopper boss in the Hunted event objective. Okay, sure. Sorting, updated non-option, which got sorted according to name rarity and recently acquired when sorting trinkets, charms, /charms, and loading art in customized style menus. Fixed an issue with cycling through the sort by option in the accessories page, failing to populate the list as intended. Fixed an issue where sort by name, rarity, and matching items failed to function as intended in the Echo menu. Updated sorting order in the menu tab, which failed to save after switching tabs. Fixed an issue where sorting through character dies in Echo Matrix would highlight Aurora's items. I have no idea what that word is. I'm just gonna let it be. Fixed an issue where multiple selection highlighters appeared in the recent items menu when cycling through the sort by option. Fixed an issue where the sort by option failed to function for all the accessory rarities at the engineer, and fixed an issue where echo sorting was not functioning if the player used the hotkey. Vendor UI. Fixed the items from the previous tabs being displayed on the current tab when switching tabs from right to left in the spell menu at Venge. Fixed an issue where spell menus diagrams tab did not populate with diagrams. Fixed an issue where quickly buying or selling items at Venge resulted in unexpected UI behavior. Fixed an issue where selling the last listed accessory caused the cursor to jump to the first listing. Fixed an issue where the player was unable to change the quality of items brought from helper coin vendor with the control D-pad. Fixed an issue where the helper coin cost per unit and items owned count did not update immediately after a purchase. Fixed an issue where the helper coin amount did not immediately update after items were bought. Fixed an issue where a duplicate helper coin UI was displayed in Wolf's shop. Fixed an issue where debug text was displayed for an item in the trade helper coin shop. Fixed an issue where some temp items were showing up in the helper shop helper coin item. I just keep saying helper shop. It is what it is. It's still a helper coin shop thing. Fixed an issue where a redundant red gloomstone was available in the helper coin shop. Fixed an issue where Wayfinder / weapon resonance catches were not available in the helper coin shop. Fixed inventory materials being shown as 0 when selling them to Venge. After selling an item, players can now highlight other goodies inside Venge's shop. Fixed an issue where button callouts for switching tabs after missing in Venge's shop. Fixed an issue where out of stock items were not repopulated in the vendor menu. Fixed an issue where the player could not purchase the selected accessories multiple times using keyboard. Fixed an issue where the first load of the sell menu could display equipped accessories to the old tabs and they could be sold without warning the player. Well, that sucks. Fixed an issue where the player can sell equipped accessories in the style tab at Venge. Fixed an issue where bug me not no buy value found text displayed for a brief period at Venge's shop. Fixed an issue where accessories did not show equipped echoes or capacity when selling, and fixed an issue where rapidly pressing the sort hotkey in the accessories menu caused lockups. Crafting UI. Fixed an issue where Riven Gloom Trace did not disappear from Echo Matrix after being crafted. Fixed an issue where the... Oh yeah, I had that issue. Anyway, fixed an issue where the Blood Gore Gloom Trace remained on the crafting UI when it was already owned. Fixed an issue where players were given incorrect feedback when the accessory limit was reached on the accessory store or crafting menus. Updated after crafting a Gloom Trace, the UI focus did not shift to the other item in Echo Matrix. Fixed an issue where unknown resin was appearing in the Echo Matrix even after it was removed from the Echo Matrix. Fixed an issue where weapon ability previews were incorrect for a few weapons in the weapon crafting menu. Fixed an issue where inputs may not be registered in the Echo Matrix crafting menu. Fixed an issue where the accessory crafting menu showed the stats and power levels as if the accessory were at level 1. Fixed an issue where heroic Kairos appeared craftable / summonable from the Summon Wayfinders menu. Fixed an issue where there was a mismatch for required materials for Memory of Wingraves, Prowess of Awakening level 2. Fixed an issue where incorrect ingredient name was displayed to craft Memory of Silo's Speed for Awakening level 3. Fixed an issue where weapon essence did not appear in the weapon crafting UI if the player didn't already have one of their own inventory. Fixed an issue where noticeable delay was observed while switching the character in the Summon Wayfinder menu. Fixed an issue where the character model for all characters on the Summon Wayfinders menu disappeared. Fixed an issue where the equipped character stats are displayed on the Wayfinder summoning menu. Help / tutorial UIs. Fixed an issue where the outdated image was displayed under the weapon tempering tutorial. Fixed an issue where outdated info was displayed in the weapon mastery tutorial menu page 1. Fixed an issue where the menu tutorial button did not function when selected in the Echoes type slot screen. Fixed an issue where the menu tutorial video showed the outdated character's stat UI. Fixed an issue where description text in Expedition Reward tutorial pop-ups did not match with what happened in the game. Fixed an issue where text overflow was observed in the tutorial prompt when any character ability was mapped to caps lock. Fixed an issue where the help menu UI persisted on screen when the player pressed the back button quickly. Fixed an issue where image depict in the Gloomgate menu tutorials failed to match with the current design of Gloomgate. Fixed an issue where Infinity tutorial video was present present in the mastery tutorial menu tutorial. Fixed an issue where Echo Fusion tutorial couldn't be accessed or would cause a hit upon attempting to access. Update the Echo Fusion tutorial. Fixed an issue where the priority quest tutorial pop-up window could not be closed with the escape key. Fixed an issue where the health flask icon was outdated during the tutorial pop-up, and fixed an issue where the ability menu tutorial had an outdated image on the second page. Social, fixed an issue where all players in global chat were wiped out on rezoning. Fixed an issue where the platform logo was misplaced in system chat. Fixed an issue where platform identifiers failed to be displayed consistently next to user online IDs in chat widget. Fixed an issue where incorrect platform identifiers were displayed in chat while in a party. Fixed an issue where PC players' messages sent on global chat were visible to console. Is that really a bad thing? Players when cross-platform was displayed disabled. There we go. And updated redundant option leave group, which was displayed in social screen after a group was formed. Fixed an issue where the online ID of a PlayStation 4 player in the party/squad of player 5 player was cut off. In the party UI on the top left on the screen during expeditions and hunts. Fixed an issue with the failed to add friend prompt being displayed after spamming press submit in the plus add friend UI. Fixed an issue where players were unable to add friend from the social menu. Hark? That was Hark. Resetting chat settings now sticks. No more forgetting UI. Players can now decline party invitations without any stuttering or lag. Fixed an issue where the UI highlighter was not visible for multiple checkboxes in report player. Fixed an issue where the chat participant UI was displayed when the player returned to the game from the world map UI. Fixed party members being able to receive and accept an invite from an in-game friend who is not in the same expedition/hunt. Fixed the cursor not being able to be repositioned in the enter friend codex text box. Fixed an issue where the application could soft lock if the player intended invalid friend code. Fixed an issue where the UI lacked a visual indication to differentiate. Differentiate. There we go. The party leader in the social menu. I struggle with these words. I do apologize. I will get there eventually. Fixed an issue where menus opened when a player released party invite accept or decline button. Released an issue where backfilled player names could be cut off. Fixed an issue where party members were in the same zone but different servers, displayed as Kairos portraits icon in the top HUD. Fixed an issue where the incorrect player level and power rating was displayed for players in the social menu. Fixed an issue where the remove friend option was available for non-friends. Removing non-friends, we call that blocking. Fixed an issue where players were unable to use the arrow key / controller to navigate between players in social menu. Fixed an issue where it was impossible to navigate through the player list in the open chat participants menu. Fixed an issue where accepting a friend request would display an ongoing friends request message. Fixed an issue where the UI focus shifted back to the player list when invoking a submenu on the social screen. Fixed an issue where the option to invite / add a friend was missing from the chat participant menu. Fixed an issue where the chat participants list did not refresh upon changing tabs. Fixed an issue where players couldn't invoke the open chat participants from the chat menu. Fixed an issue where non-functional options were displayed on the player loadout screen when brought up through chat participants. Fixed an issue where party members couldn't see the markers for their teammates on the map. Fixed an issue where users could accept party requests by selecting an emote from the radial menu. Fixed an issue where the party UI in the options menu could fail to populate with party members. Fixed an issue where party members' health bar did not update properly after you both respawned during the expedition. Fixed an issue where tabs in the chat UI failed to display when the user changed in-game language to simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Japanese, or Korean. Fixed an issue where PSN party error was displayed in chat system chat when two invites were sent consecutively. Fixed an issue where the on-screen keyboard could repeatedly pop up in the Add Friends tab in the social menu. Fixed an issue where the social menu portraits for other players were all Wingrave, and fixed an issue where a disconnected player was still displayed as online in the party menu. Icons and models. Fixed an issue where the healing potions hotbar icon could go missing. Fixed an issue where the Blood Boar Echo was missing a ready buff indicator. Fixed an issue where the repository of knowledge had shifted in the Gloomgate UI. Fixed an issue where Collar, the Beastmaster's Gloomtrace art, is off-center to character. Fixed an issue where Deposit King Echo had a placeholder image in the passive menu. Fixed an issue where the placeholder image being displayed for the Dread Legion Echo in the character Echo passive page. Fixed an issue with NPC portraits being outdated. Fixed an issue in the UI where the icon was missing for potions in its description. Fixed an issue where equipped consumable icon appeared overlapping or were missing in the HUD after travel. Fixed an issue where a placeholder icon appeared when the player equipped Venomheart persona. Fixed an issue where the character model did not update as intended in the reward screen. Updated the Wayfinder character model which was observed on the weapon skin menu. Fixed an issue where quickly entering and exiting a persona menu caused the persona model viewer to persist in the customize style menu. Fixed an issue with UI default charm icon which disappeared after setting charms to none. Fixed an issue where resonating crystal event UI has no icon or description. Fixed an issue where some Gloomtrace icons have temp displayed on them. Fixed an issue where Blood Runner's event UI had no icon. Fixed an issue where the weapon icon disappeared from the HUD after rezoning. Fixed an issue with the character model for all characters on the Summon Wayfinder menu disappearing. Fixed current equipped Wayfinder portraits appearing for an unequipped Wayfinder at the character menu. Fixed an issue where the loot progress bar used an old asset to show the first leftmost chest as gold. Fixed an issue where the arc-like meter during Lost Zone lights first chest as gold as icon/UI. Fixed expedition checkpoints not appearing as active/unlocked from backfill players. Fixed an issue where button callouts from switching tabs were missing on the quests menu. Fixed an issue with character portraits not displaying correctly when the character selection menu was opened directly after traveling, and fixed an issue where an incorrect image was displayed for the Knight's Maw Echo in the active buffs. Fixed an issue where the Wheel of Pain weapon ability icon was using the epitaph icon. Fixed an issue where the event icon for the Whisper Lure event was missing. Fixed an icon where the Aftermath weapon icon was blank. Fixed an issue where there was a missing icon for traditional contraband. Fixed an issue where announcement toasts had an incomprehensible icon. I mean, that's a word. Always with big words. Fixed an issue where the Hunt event in Beldum UI had no icon. Fixed an issue where the Cook Master and Glacial Gobbler echoes had placeholder images, fixed an issue where viewing Blood Song in the weapons tab showed the Wind Mother's Fang model, fixed an issue where the character model was shifted to the right as in the ability screen if a rifle was equipped, fixed an issue where equipped range weapons were displayed on the character model in the ability menu with the current pose, fixed an issue where the pause menu's Wayfinder model was offset, fixed an issue where the incorrect weapon and persona would be displayed for Venomous on the reward screen in Hunt and Expeditions, fixed an issue where Skylight's Gloomgate landmark icon displayed an outdated portrait image or portal image, fixed an issue where the equipped weapon skin icon for Nightshade failed to display in the character loadout, fixed an issue where the character model disappeared from the loadout menu, and fixed an issue where weapon was invisible in the trinket and weapon charms menu. Accessories UI fixed an issue where equipped accessories had the power level discrepancies compared to player inventories. Fixed improper prompt being shown when equipped two similar accessories. Fixed major hitching observed after opening your accessories on certain machines. The player's nimble fingers can now equip and unequip accessories with ease. No more fumbling after quickly tabbing over to another slot. It's all about that accessory game. Fixed an issue where accessory capacity warning would not always display when it was supposed to. Fixed an issue where multiple consecutive errors appeared when a player pressed the unequipped accessory button multiple times. Fixed an issue where the accessory limit warning would display 125 out of 0. Fun login UI. Fixed an issue where the login screen overlapped with the title screen. Fixed an issue where the player was navigating to forgot password. There we go. Instead of password during manual login. I don't know why I struggled so hard with that. I know that word, but my brain was just malfunctioning. I've been on this for like 3 hours. Fixed an issue where an empty login fail error prompt was displayed after disconnecting LAN from the login screen. Fixed an issue where a blank login fail message was displayed when a player disconnected from the network at the login screen before entering the game. Fixed an issue where the application failed to notify the player of network disconnection at the login screen. Fixed an issue where the player progress was interrupted when a controller was disconnected during that time. Fixed an issue where the message of the day section disappeared from the login screen after a player returned from the settings menu. Fixed an issue where the login queue pop-up was grayed out for a moment. NPC dialogue display. Omen's chat box no longer interrupts the intro cutscene. Fixed an issue where spamming spacebar/X before starting NPC dialogue may result in a missing character portrait and name. Fixed an issue where the Wayfinder character model blocks NPC dialogue text at certain screen resolutions, and fixed an issue where dialogue is incorrectly in natural state. Map and Gloomgate UI fixed an issue where Highlands POIs didn't draw the first time after viewing the Skylight map. Fixed an issue where opening the map with a controller and moving the cursor switched iconography from controller to PC. Fixed an issue where map input remains displayed in keyboard and mouse when moving cursor while viewing the map. Fixed an issue where the controller scheme changes from face buttons to keyboard while the map is open. Fixed an issue where unacquired signal fires disappeared when toggling between the world maps. Fixed an issue where activated signal fires icons were not displaying on the map for Highlands. Fixed an issue with the mini-map appearing to be supersized. Updated mouse pointer, which appeared in select a location screen over the map location. Fixed an issue where the map would rotate all text and icons when using a style to map orientation in the settings menu. Fixed an issue where the map pointer moved downwards without any controller input. Fixed an issue where when opening maps, it opened up the zoomed out view. I don't mind the zoomed out view. Fixed an issue where tabbing quickly between zones in Gloomgate made the zone header temporarily blank. Fixed an issue where the destination UI flickers after changing a location. Fixed an issue where hovering between two locations in the Gloom Sphere UI resulted in constant shifting behavior. Fixed an issue where the matchmaking option was available in the selection destination screen for players that were already in a 3-player party. Fixed an issue where the removed slotted imbuement option was available in the selected imbuement UI, even if the player had not slotted an imbuement. Fixed an issue where select destination UI persisted on screen when the player interacted and immediately backed out from the Gloom wall. Fixed an issue where Gloom Trace warning message did not appear on Gloom walls. Fixed an issue where the helper queue option was showing on all Gloom walls. Fixed an issue where the UI focus for the imbuement was cut off in the Gloom Sphere. Fixed an issue where Deepwood Halt map could display the wrong map. Fixed an issue where holding left click, then right click, and releasing map behaves as if you were still holding left click. Fixed an issue where objective markers could go missing during imbuement selection at the Gloom Gate. Fixed an issue where Royal Flame Gloom Trace was shown as a Gloom wall in Deepwood Halt. Fixed an issue where pressing AX at the same time in the overworld map causes signifiers to be unable to be selected. Fixed an issue where pressing the interact button multiple times on the Gloom wall opened multiple menus. Stuck/overlapping UI elements. Fixed an issue where the fallen text overlay persisted on screen when the player relogged after being disconnected. Updated the character UI which overlapped with the weapon UI where stats were shown. Fixed an issue where respec ability points UI text remains on screen in the character menu. Fixed an issue where duplicate character and weapon icon bars were causing UI overlap issues in the option menu during the tutorial. Fixed an issue where some yes prompts had to be accepted twice. Fixed an issue where the reward tower could incorrectly show when the season would complete. Fixed an issue where character equips were not fading out. Fixed an issue where your power rating has been synced message fails to display during the expedition hunt if the player opens the main menu. Fixed an issue where the loadout indicator overlaps with the Mutator XP bonus text on the Gloom Sphere UI. Fixed an issue where the radial menu and character status menu failed to disappear when they were invoked during the fast travel animation. Fixed an issue where the Sphere of Influence event pop-up could persist on screen when modifying your echoes. Fixed an issue where the player was able to bring up the Affinity Respect prompt and the View Affinity perk simultaneously. Fixed an issue where the player could open multiple of the same menu when quickly spamming the button to open the menu. Fixed an issue where rapidly opening and closing the discoveries menu created invisible menu. Fixed an issue where the name of the landmark splash text persisted on screen if the user invoked the character status menu. Fixed an issue where the travel to neighborhood pop-up was displayed twice. Fixed an issue where after awakening a Wayfinder, the summon complete message persisted after clicking equip now. Fixed an issue where reward tower experience toast remained on screen after traveling. Fixed an issue where overlapping quest icons appeared over quest NPCs. Fixed an issue where the skip scene button callout appeared over other menus during a hunt. Fixed an issue where the max gear level stat would continue to display after selecting a locked Wayfinder in the summoning menu. Fixed an issue where the XP toast could become transparent and remain on screen, offsetting future notifications. Fixed an issue where the skip cutscene UI overlay displayed during the tutorial quest boss spawn, but no button prompts will appear. Fixed an issue where the rune silver icon was overlapping with gold in the options menu. Fixed an issue where certain interact prompts could remain indefinitely interactable mid-quest and remain after quest is complete. Fixed an issue where the echo list could remain on screen when closing the echo menu. Misc fixed an issue where replacing an equipped flask with another, the unequipped flask could read 0 charges. Fixed an issue where the consumable flask UI would appear/disappear at random instances. Fixed an issue where the lock symbol appeared on abilities only after hovering them. Fixed an issue where the value for the upgrade counter for weapon affinity was incorrect when swapping between weapons and in the Infinity menu. Fixed an issue where weapons temper menu was not updating level requirements until the menu was completely closed. Updated mastery UI which did not update when changed. Fixed an issue where weapon stats displayed stat changes for echoes. Fixed an issue where the stats were missing for all the Wayfinders in the recipes option on discoveries. Fixed an issue where the player was able to look at ingredients for unknown consumables after hovering over the discovered consumable. Fixed an issue where undiscovered consumables were listed with description in the consumable recipe tab under discoveries. Fixed an issue with the fill bar UI getting stuck in crafting menus when toggling sort while attempting to craft gear/items. Updated the choosability to unlock UI which persisted when switching between characters. Fixed an issue that could cause the loaded bar to move backwards. I just missed one. Fixed an issue in the UI where alt tabbing back into Wayfinder brought up the crosshair cursor. Sorry, there we go. Updated incorrect tabs, which was highlighted in the persona after re-entering. Updated exit the gloom hold animation which kept it progressing when switching focus to items tab. Updated player who could not equip characters/weapons after selecting yes on items already equipped pop-up. The abandoned overlaps quit option. The abandoned overlaps quit option in the in-game menu now functions correctly when in overworld areas. Revamped the UI for weapon dies. It now denotes the currently equipped die in on the Wayfinder rather than the weapon itself. Fixed an issue where the weapon dies could not be reset using reset color hotkey. Fixed an issue where the emissive dies tab was displayed for Vanguard. Fixed an issue where the names of items on the Expedition Complete screen became grayed out upon hovering over them. Fixed an issue where XP toast repeated after leaving Lost Zone. Fixed an issue where XP toast appeared while at max level Wayfinder and weapon. Fixed an issue where the player could exploit emotes inside of the preview screen. Fixed an issue where the last selected item was being previewed in the style menu. Fixed an issue where weapon dies did not appear during the end screen of a hunt. Fixed an issue where the UI was not updating to show proper amounts of spend/refund Gloomstone after respec. Fixed an issue where placeholder Revel rupees appeared in the item selection menu. Fixed an issue where echo stats increased appeared cut off in the accessory status UI when equipped to an accessory with differing stat increases. That just word sounds weird. Fixed an issue where interact prompt locked text was not showing. Fixed an issue where Echo's loot rarity shown on the reward screen did not match inventory. Fixed an issue where the use item prompt disappeared after a resonance catch was used. Catch, I don't know how to pronounce that word, I never will. Fixed an issue where the recent item menu was not working as intended. Fixed an issue where issues occurred when fast swapping in UI. Fixed an issue where dithering occurred in the customized style menu. These are words I think I just made up, I think, at this point. Disabled mount style slots until the feature is ready for launch. Fixed an issue where the character menu disappeared when accessing the weapon select menu twice in the same instance. Fixed an issue where the user could still preview items after hovering the cursor away from the item. Fixed an issue where spent ability points would appear on the wrong abilities. The player respect immediately after spending an ability point. Fixed an issue where the Eventide info page popped up every time the player loads into any map. That would be annoying. Fixed an issue where Eventide pop-up did not appear when season change occurs on a running server. Fixed an issue where Eventide quest popped up every time a player travels. Fixed an issue where the UI called for player to craft the Winter Queen Gloom Trace. Fixed an issue where weapon stats were incorrect when compared to the upgrade projections. Fixed an issue where players could consume resonance scrolls while already max level. Fixed an issue where the button callout for switching tabs in Persona was displayed when the player equipped Venom Heart Persona. Fixed an issue where your power rating has been synced when out of UI bounds. Alright. Fixed an issue where resonance catcher whatever items toast spammed after travel. Fixed an issue where all characters equipment and cosmetics were listed in the weapon skin menu under customized style. Fixed an issue where the cycle page option failed to function when the player pressed the assigned button on their first attempt. Fixed an issue where the box around a character's affinity would have remained enlarged after cancelling any upgrades. And fixed an issue where spamming spacebar in a to close max level increase pop-up kicks you out of the store. Fixed an issue where two weapons could be seen as equipped in the weapon selection screen. Fixed an issue where the C key did not open the character menu with the armory lock system enabled. Fixed an issue where stats were not updated in real time in the affinity menu. Fixed an issue where ingredient icons were compressed in the view ingredient detail screen. Fixed an issue where a non-functional button callout escape hold, escape cutscene could appear during certain cutscenes. Fixed an issue where players were unable to reset ability points after selecting no in respect ability UI pop-up. Fixed an issue where looking for server was displayed when the player disconnected while traveling to Skylight after completing the tutorial. Fixed an issue where the player was not informed when menus were not counting towards in-game activities. Fixed an issue where players were unable to spam the temper confirmation button. Oh, players were able to spam the temper. Okay, don't worry, ignore what I said. Fixed an issue where after completing the hunt, expedition ending message appeared on screen. Fixed an issue where Gloom interactables had a small black prompt when at a distance. Fixed an issue where HP bar did not reset upon switching to different Wayfinders. Fixed an issue where character model was centered in the style menu. Fixed an issue where major frame drop would occur when player toggled through all the tabs in resources menu. Fixed an issue where matchmaking status was reverted back to looking for server if the player access options menu. Fixed an issue where Wayfinder's character model blocked the description of the codex hole in the selection screen, and fixed an issue where the accessories slot were not assigned on the accessories screen when an accessory was present in a row. Okay, after that long thing of update or fixes, we now have some stuff on the store. War Mage Hood for Kairos no longer duplicates itself upon purchase. Fixed an issue where the Curse Right persona components were previewed on the currently equipped Wayfinder. Housing item models in the shop menu have been updated. Fixed an issue where the Sweet Dream store bundle was granting the wrong bed items. Fixed an issue where the player was unable to preview all housing items in the post-purchase screen. Fixed an issue where purchased items were not animated on the post-purchase screen. Fixed an issue where text flowed out of UI bounds for scrolls and parchment bundle. Fixed an issue where an incorrect character preview was displayed for the character persona after purchasing Kairos. PS4 and PS5 fixed an issue which incorrectly displayed PlayStation store icon in the congratulations screen after completing a purchase. Fixed an issue where the preview failed to display for a persona Arcworm Templar on the congratulations screen. Fixed an issue where there were missing product descriptions for Arcstorm, Tempest, and Hellswarm in shop. Fixed an issue where weapon class types did not match weapon descriptors. Fixed an issue where the feature tab was out of bounds in the UI. Fixed an issue where the Wayfinder token quantity UI disappeared from UI shop. Fixed an issue where it cleared WF token prices if players had no WF tokens. Wayfinder tokens. Fixed an issue where weapons and characters might not be granted to the player upon purchase. Fixed an issue where daily offers were not showing prices in store. Fixed an issue where Reward Tower used the same interaction key as Get Keys and Preview Rewards. Fixed an issue where the incorrect costs were displayed for the Wayfinder Founders Pack. Fixed an issue where multiple instances of UI appeared when the UI tried to purchase a Founders Pack. Fixed an issue where shop showed offer expired instead of timer for featured items. Fixed an issue where Venom Heart persona lacked a preview on the item required screen. Fixed an issue where weapons zoom in and fade while in the preview screen after just being purchased. Fixed an issue where severe hitching would occur when looking at Wayfinders in the MTX store. And fixed an issue where the character model disappeared after purchasing any item from the shop. Fixed an issue where newly purchased characters showed up invisible or turned around in the character details section of the menu. Fixed an issue where items displayed in the featured tab appeared out of UI bounds. Fixed an issue where certain icon borders were stretched in the store page. Fixed an issue where styles were being listed as personas. Fixed an issue where closing the shop menu brought players immediately back into the game. Fixed an issue where previewing die packs would show the die applied to the player's current equipped Wayfinder. Fixed an issue where players could access the options menu in the background by moving the selection highlighter towards the left from Rune Silver. Fixed an issue where clicking the bottom nav escape button did nothing, KBM only, keyboard and mouse. Fixed an issue where character resonance catches plus weapon resonance catches rewards changed names when going into inventory. Is it catches or catch? I have no idea. Fixed an issue where the twin striker weapon skin slot was misnamed. Fixed an issue where Chimera weapon skin did not have an icon when it appeared in the weekly daily shop page. Fixed an issue where purchased emotes were not playing the preview after purchases. Fixed an issue where the emote preview was missing from the purchase page when invoked for the first time. Invoked. Fixed an issue where you were unable to use the 3D model viewer functionality on the store page. Fixed an issue where the weapon preview appeared off-centered after previewing an item for the featured tab in the shop. From the featured tab in the shop. Fixed an issue where weapon preview was offset and enlarged on the purchase confirmation screen. And fixed an issue where the weapon preview failed to display in the in-game shop post-purchase screen. Fixed an issue where weapons slated for the December patch were not available in the shop. I almost said workshop. Shop. I'm just adding my own words at this point. Fixed an issue where displayed icons were missing for items on the featured tab. Fixed an issue where purchase prompt for the item preset in the featured tab of the in-game shop was missing. Fixed an issue where Eventide tree item was off-centered and went out of bounds in the item preview menu. Fixed an issue where December patch weapons were missing categories in the shop. Fixed an issue where Umbros weapon had multiple purchase options displayed on the purchase screen. Fixed an issue where the store did not show item categories. Fixed an issue where the player received Wind Mother's Fang upon purchase of Bloodsong weapon from the in-game shop. Fixed an issue where Nightshade did not exist in the item category. Fixed an issue where preview failed to display the Persona Asteline Dancer, I believe that's the word, on the congratulations screen. Fixed an issue where an incorrect character model was displayed in the preview after purchasing the Ashfall persona. Fixed an issue where character preview failed to display the in-game shop post-purchase screen. And fixed an issue where there was a grammatical error in the phrase insufficient funds for store error pop-up. Reward Tower. Fixed an issue with Reward Tower couldn't purchase any of the tower keys if you didn't have over 3,000 rune silver. Fixed an issue where players could invoke Get Key while the user was unlocking a room in Reward Tower. Fixed an issue where a non-functional mouse cursor appeared in invoking Get Key's UI. Fixed an issue where an incorrect button callout was displayed for the Get Key shoutout on the Reward Tower menu. Fixed an issue where the Purchase Reward Tower keys UI stopped appearing after purchasing keys continuously. Fixed an issue where items not available in the Reward Tower were briefly displayed. Fixed an issue where floor number failed to update in Reward Tower if the player travels to another floor through floor node. Fixed an issue where it displayed the incorrect reward number for Gloomstone shards on the 4th floor. Fixed an issue where there was no UI or audio feedback when unlocking rooms if the player purchased a reward tower key before doing so. Fixed an issue where the player's seasonal level did not visually update after buying a reward tower key until leaving the menus it was displayed in. Fixed an issue where the purchase reward tower key menu did not immediately update the number of owned keys displayed. Fixed an issue where the room reward widget failed to appear when the player quickly hovered over rooms. Fixed an issue where the reward tower room unlocking progression bar could get stuck midway if the player navigated to another floor using R3. Fixed an issue where memory fragment 800 rewards were named memory echoes. Fixed an issue where heart-shaped cham was erroneously, I think that's how you pronounce that word, named heart-shaped charm for Tower Reward Room 29 reward item. Fixed an issue where Henbane weapon skin preview reward tab description was incorrect. Fixed an issue where the player could open in-game menus, sub-menus by pressing the space bar while in the reward tower. Fixed an issue where the incorrect message was displayed when the player tried to unlock a room without reward tower keys, and fixed an issue where users could shift focus on the reward tower UI when menu tutorial was open. Fixed an issue where players could not tab out of game if a controller was plugged in while in the reward tower. Fixed an issue where rapidly unlocking the same room brought up an unknown player error. Fixed an issue where pressing spacebar at the reward collection screen would play the accessory equip SFX. Fixed an issue where the reward tower could appear as in its template format briefly when opened. Fixed an issue where the first free reward displayed as not enough keys. Fixed an issue where one could not access the F5 interaction in the top right corner if a controller. Well, with a controller. My brain, all these words together, it just mind screwing my brain. Fixed an issue where the use of F1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for floor switch buttons could confuse keyboard users. Fixed an issue where descriptions were missing for housing items available as rewards. Fixed an issue where when unlocking the last reward tower room, players would get kicked to the main menu. Fixed an issue with players being kicked after unlocking the space in the reward tower, resulting in being left with an infinite please wait screen. Fixed an issue where previewing items in the reward tower could show text blocks. Fixed an issue where the reward tower's 100th room did not visually unlock when the unlock requirements are met. Fixed an issue where the reward tower's 100th room would appear unlocked before meeting the unlocked requirements. Fixed an issue where selecting the active season produced a battle pass error, invalid parameters, selection active screen, select active season. My brain is I've done too much reading today, my brain is dying. Fixed an issue where players could not select the free FS2 reward tower after purchasing it. Fixed an issue where some reward tower key bundles were not locked off correctly. Fixed an issue where a false reward tower level up toast appeared every time the player left their apartment. Fixed an issue where unlocking a tile on the reward tower was causing a player to be able to move to the next floor. Caused an issue where reward tower was not accepting D-pad input, so users could not change season with a controller. Fixed an issue where in the reward tower the cursor moved indefinitely even after the player stopped giving input. Fixed incorrect text displaying when the player tried to unlock a reward tower room. Alright, next up we have the Wayfinder Balance. All Wayfinders. Fixed an issue where defense stats were underperforming. Fixed an issue where Wayfinder's abilities got used without being cast if it was performed while jumping off any ledge. Fixed an issue where the resilience bar failed to function after a player was revived. Fixed an issue where active mastery perk deactivated when the player traveled to other locations. Innovative orbs now consistently buff up AP as mentioned in the buff description. Fixed an issue where the player could use more than 3 upgrade points on any ability. Fixed an issue where the player was able to reset ability points in LZs. Fixed an issue where the first affinity upgrade did not increase player stats. Fixed an issue where character affinity upgrades reset after spending more than 16 points. Fixed an issue where discipline was sometimes upgraded by default. Fixed an issue where the aspect cost curve was off by 1 level. Fixed an issue where sometimes if the player activated 2 abilities in quick succession, the second ability did not fire. Fixed an issue where ultimate ability could be cancelled by interacting with a zipline during animation. Fixed an issue where incorrect bonus stats were displayed for some accessory set bonuses. Fixed an issue where unequipping accessory followed by player echoes would re-equip accessories. Fixed an issue where players were unable to equip level 30 plus accessories. Alright, now we move on to the characters. Kairos, fixed an issue with the Savage Rake level 3 triggering when used on breakable objects. Fixed an issue where Savage Rakes can't reset upon character level up. Fixed an issue where Savage Rake failing to destroy toxic mushrooms and gloom shrouds. Fixed an issue where Arcane Focus does not apply VFX to targets that have not yet targeted a player, and fixed an issue where Arcane Focus level 1 was not functioning as intended. Alright, next up we have Silo, fixed an issue where trinkets appeared floating, fixed an issue with the Firebomb soft lock-on targeting, prioritizing breakable environmental assets over enemies. Fixed an issue where the Firebomb level 3 effect was missing visual effects in Silo. Fixed an issue where Silo's Oil Bomb and Firebomb combo broke Gloom Cache Rocks. I mean, it's whatever it is. Fixed an issue where the Silo's Oil Bomb was not exploding when triggered by the Firebomb. Fixed an issue where the trajectory for Silo's second Firebomb was inconsistent when locked onto an enemy. Fixed an issue with the game crashing when using Silo's Oil Bomb Firebomb combo on first use in Runes 3 after launching the game. Updated Radiant Dawn weapons empowered sword, which was stowed away in an incorrect position when Silo used Firebomb. Fixed an issue where Silo's proto-clone origin point of VFX projection does not move after receiving knockback. Fixed an issue where Arc Nemesis used an outdated animation at level 3, and fixed an issue where the third mastery choice would reset for Silo when on traveling. Alright, next up we have Senja, even though she's kind of got reworked. Fixed issues with Senja's ability upgrades. Fixed an issue where crowd favors heal over time activated from damage over time. Fixed the left hand remaining attached to an equipped rifle during the signal fire travel animation. Fixed an issue with the lightning grasp tether persisting on Remnant Sage for the Arclight Overlord event. Fixed an issue where lightning grasp did not interrupt Talon enemies arrow barrage more in Reaver Woods expedition. Fixed an issue where lightning grasp did not deal damage to Bloodspawn. Fixed an issue where Gladiator Pummel could have infinite, I guess. I feel like there should be more to that, but alright. Fixed an issue where Thunderous Glory was not applying chain lightning properly. Fixed an issue where Thunderous Glory's animation did not play correctly with rifles. Fixed an issue where Thunderous Glory's description was incorrect, and fixed an issue where inconsistent terminology was used in the description for favor on the character status page. Venomous, the Hand of Tox backpack cosmetic no longer jiggles excessively after performing a twin strike slam attack. Fixed an issue where trinkets appeared floating. Fixed an issue where certain ability animations deflected away from your movement direction when locked onto enemies. Fixed an issue where the passive ability Master of Venoms Poison Cloud VFX was larger than intended during an expedition/hunt. Fixed an issue where transfusion was targeting Silo's decoy. Fixed an issue where transfusion heals were applied to certain enemies. Fixed an issue where the player could use the transfusion ability multiple times without any cooldown period. Fixed an issue where Venom Thrusters level 1 used some incorrect terminology. Fixed an issue where Flora Spectra costs for Venomous Mastery Awakening recipe were slightly higher than expected. Fixed an issue where ingredient cost for Awakening Venomous were incorrect for all 3 levels of Awakening. Next we have Nis. Fixed an issue where cosmetic slight gap on Nis's Mercenary Belt cosmetic. Fixed Nis Astellane Dancer persona to the name Golden Hydra. Asteline? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Fixed an issue where Nissa's daggers were disappearing when sprinting. Fixed an issue where using Shadow Step ability displayed Knight's Edge weapon as equipped. Fixed an issue where Nis's Shadow Step ability distance would be increased while locked on to an enemy. Fixed an issue where Shadow Step ability could be cancelled by repeatedly pressing the ability input. Fixed an issue where respecking, sending ability points, and spending affinity points cause weapons to float. And next up we have Wingrave, only a little few things for him. Fixed an issue where Judgment's ability description did not refer to the ability's taunt. Fixed an issue where the Healing Favor Instinct 15 Infinity perk description was inaccurate. And that's it for him. And next up we have Masteries. Fixed an issue where Survivalist Mastery Extended Dance Effect did not match description. Fixed an issue where dodging immediately after firing a bullet while Bountiful Dodge was active would cause issues with the ammo counter. Fixed an issue where Floating Blade Mastery spawned Innovation Orbs even if the player did not hit an enemy. And fixed an issue where Latent Overflow failed to grant a buff to the player on dedicated servers. Okay, moving along to Echoes. Fixed multiple issues related to Echo Fusion. Fixed an issue where flickering textures occurred during Broodmother Echo animation. Modified Riven's Rush Echo to be less specific. Fixed an issue where user was able to fuse echoes even after reaching maximizing their star level. Fixed an issue where fusion XP values didn't correlate with the echo level. Fixed an issue where Knight's more echo passive effect Wrathful Worm created a crater far above the surface. Fixed an issue where the Blood Boar Echo cooldown did not match the echo description. Fixed an issue where the Blood Boar Echo VFX persisted after the enemy died. And then last we have Misc. Fixed an issue where multiple artifacts could be activated at once, bypassing the artifact power requirement. Fixed an issue where character dies stayed on after resetting them and traveling into and leaving the ZL. Fixed an issue where weapon affinities reset after traveling. Thank God, annoying. I actually had that a few times. Fixed an issue where Essence and Vestige drop rates did not scale up the Hunt Sphere. Updated Trickster's chest loot. Made Orbital a T3 event. Reduced enemy mini-boss, boss, and exhibition experience by 30% in preparation for Resonance Scrolls. Increased XP payout for XP Resonance Scrolls to compensate for the reduction in XP rewarded by enemies. Fixed an issue where the incorrect XP amount was rewarded in Sphere for hunts. Made adjustments to the Helper Coin shop. And fixed an issue where toxin pool hazards found in mine expeditions dealt too much damage to the player's character. Alright, next up we have some fixes to the environment. Fixed an issue where assets were not preloaded and made improvements to hitching. Fixed an issue where collecting memory fragments and opening chests could result in a kick. Fixed multiple issues with Skylight, Highlands, and Lost Zone maps. Fixed an issue where world state tags on tiles were not generating correctly. Fixed an issue where some ledges pushed players away when jumping to grab onto them for traversal. Fixed an issue where the camera could clip through parts of the wall and obstruct the player's view on certain tiles. Fixed multiple issues where players could air dash to escape out of bounds. Fixed an issue with enemies outside the entrance of the Gloom ambush area failing to take damage. Fixed an issue where the combat music was replaced with ambient music when hitting a respawn volume when in expeditions. Fixed an issue where loot phases Let me read that. Fixed an issue where loot phases through the floor and inaccessible places when dropping in certain locations. Fixed an issue where the NPC dialogue pop-up was shown to all players in the zone. Fixed an issue where player was able to pan the camera below the wooden floor in certain tiles. Fixed an issue where collision issue observed after gathering the loot in expeditions during the of most worth side quest. Fixed an issue with secret tiles being covered in fog. Fixed an issue where anchor slime trails appeared on local ceilings. I'm just going to call it Anchor. Fixed an issue where players failed to orient towards the signal fire while it was being activated. Fixed an issue where players were unable to interact with/use checkpoints in ZLs. Fixed an issue where the player could pass through a seemingly... Let me read that. Fixed an issue where the player could pass through a seemingly closed path when in lost zones. Fixed an issue where the gloom anchor animation was replaced if a player abandoned the expedition after interacting with it. Fixed an issue where the player was unable to interact with gloom barriers/fog walls. Fixed an issue where the player went out of bounds after interacting with an opening fog wall. Fixed an issue where the player's character got pushed up into the tile set if the character was placed exactly above the fog wall spawn, and fixed multiple issues with hitch locations encountering anywhere in the overlands and ZL. Skylight. Fixed an issue where frame rates drop around gloom gates. Fixed an issue where the blue outlines around the gloom gate disappeared after a certain distance. Fixed an issue with no collision on the mountain wall next to Skylight Gloom Gate. Adventurers, take heed. Jumping off the great lifts as Misc, Kairos, or Venomous will no longer send you out of bounds. For some reason, Kairos and Nis and all that. I mean, I understand why Nis just teleports. I don't know why Kairos and Venom. But sure, anyway. Crafting the shop icons now shine brightly in the market district. Fixed an issue where the incorrect sword and shield model was used as decoration in Skylight. Fixed an issue where NPC Devara was A-posing in Skylight during the side quest Child of Mine. Fixed an issue where texture anomalies were prevalent after the dialogue sequence in Skylight. Fixed an issue where interaction points were present in Skylight's water. Fixed an issue where corrupt snow texture was observed throughout Skylight. Fixed an issue where the toe catcher was found on stairs near Market Row in Skylight. I'm losing where I am. Oh, there we go. Fixed an issue where characters could occasionally use their abilities /attack or attack/ability when in the player's apartment in Skylight proper. Fixed an issue where the Showtime emote was misaligned when the animation plays near the Gloom Gate in Skylight. And next we have Deep Wood Halt. Fixed an issue with the player going out of bounds near Greymourn's altar. Greymourn's altar. Fixed an issue where Z Fighter could be observed while navigating near Seeker Avala's location. Fixed an issue where the player could get out of bounds near the Reaverwoods portal in Deepwood Halt, and fixed an issue where the vegetation contour and boundary lines of map were missing for the Deepwood Halt. Highlands. Fixed an issue where Highlands chests only rewarded level 1 items. Fixed an issue where Highlands had improper loads when entering via the Great Lift. Fixed an issue where multiple NPCs in the Highlands appeared A-posing/T-posing. Fixed an issue with invisible collision at the bottom of the staircase near the base of the first zipline in Highlands, Lower Skylight. Fixed an issue where the camera view panned into an area the players cannot enter in Lower Skylight. Fixed players being able to clip into walls near Crossroads Outpost in Highlands. Fixed an issue where invisible collision allowed the player to walk in the air near Undercroft, Gloomwall in Highlands. Fixed an issue where players could clip through the ground near the sword of the reaches in the Highlands and go out of bounds. Fixed an issue where certain Spectra nodes around Highlands were unbreakable. Fixed an issue where Kestrel's hideout was incorrect texture being applied to meshes. Fixed an issue where collision would prevent users from accessing basements in Kestrel's hideout. Fixed an issue where players could defeat Heart Ripper while avoiding combat with a rifle by climbing into the rocks. I mean, it's smart. You gotta be smart to figure these things out, honestly. I just fight them, but people literally go out of the way. I mean, they probably do it by accident, but I mean, still. Fixed an issue where a snow layer in Highlands would disappear after the option menu was invoked. Fixed an issue where void dungeon portals were present in the Highlands when Call of the Void live event was inactive. Fixed an issue where Z fighting was observed to asset throughout the Highlands. Fixed an issue where the player could interact with the crates prior to picking up Brother Magan's missing caravan side quest. Fixed an issue where the toad catcher prevented players from walking smoothly near the Bloodworks in the Highlands, and fixed an issue where the player could go out of bounds near the pit in the Highlands. Runes Lost Zone fixed an issue where the Gloom ambush room was often placed directly in front of the Gloom anchor room in the Undercroft. Fixed an issue where players respawn out of bounds after jumping off the stairs in Solarium's Vale in the Aurelian's Lost Zone. Fixed an issue where tiles were missing their name and missing from the minimap during Undercroft expeditions. Fixed an issue where there was a missing texture in an anchorway of the Undercroft or Codex Halls expedition. Undercroft. Fixed an issue where players were unable to open doors at the start of certain ruins tiles. Fixed an issue where the back right corner of a rune's end tile was missing assets. Fixed an issue where players could go out of bounds in the repository expedition. Fixed an issue where trapdoors did not open when the player walked over them. Fixed an issue where runes chests could spawn in an inaccessible location. Fixed an issue where purple texture terrain / foliage was observed throughout Codex Hall's expedition. And fixed an issue where the signal fire for Codex Halls could spawn players inside nearby rocks. Mines Lost Zone fixed an issue where purple texture terrain was observed throughout the Pit expedition. Fixed an issue where flickering was observed in the Mines expedition. Fixed an issue where there was inaccessible chests present in Mine expeditions. Fixed multiple collision issues in the Mine tile set. Fixed an issue where it was possible to go out of bounds in Beldum's start tile. Updated volume trick fog. Just adding words at this point. And lighting inside the Mines expedition while using shadow imbuement. Fixed an issue where players could go out of bounds by jumping over the rocks in Mines expedition. Fixed an issue where there were toad catch collisions issues in the Mines tile set. Fixed an issue where the Bulgrim ambush spawn point was in the incorrect location. Fixed an issue where misaligned tiles in Bloodworks. Fixed an issue where visible seams between two tiles in the Beldum expedition could be seen. Fixed an issue where players could go oob by falling off the ledge after receiving the Pride-bound Stomper's rock attack. Fixed an issue where players could stand on a cliff to avoid damage during the Gloom ambush in Beldum. Fixed an issue where players were able to walk through rock meshes in Beldum. And fixed an issue where dust VFX played on the loop after exploding God's blood canisters were destroyed. Reaver Woods Lost Zone fixed an issue where player was able to jump over walls around the pit event in Reaver Woods. Bone Orchard fixed an issue where NPCs in the Reaver Woods had a low polygon count. Fixed an issue where players couldn't receive loot from Spectra Crystals in the Hollowed Heart Expedition. Fixed an issue where there were toe catch collisions issues for the Reaver Woods tile set. Fixed an issue where a tent asset in the Hollow Heart Expedition lacked collision. Fixed an issue where a glowing patch of snow was found in a tree in certain tiles. Fixed an issue where players could walk through tent mesh in the Reaver Woods map. Fixed an issue where a noticeable FPS drop occurred when using the Gloom Collapse Mutator in the Reaver Woods Expedition. Fixed an issue where Reaver totems did not have a break SFX. Fixed an issue where Z fighting was visible on some giant bone structures while navigating through Bone Orchard. We've got the Gloom Dungeon. Fixed an issue where gold piles were not clearing up properly in Gloom Dungeons. Fixed an issue where a Harbinger in the Gloom Dungeon did not spawn at the end of lighting the flame. Fixed an issue where Gloom Brambles did not display VFX when broken/destroyed. Hunts fixed an issue where Chaos Imbuements did not trigger in hunts. Fixed an issue where the Torch of Radiance could fall into the void during Hunt the first fight. Fixed an issue where players could go out of the desired area in the Trial of Lingering Light Hunt. Fixed an issue where players could get out of bounds in Blood Bowl area. Fixed an issue where Shadow Imbuement Recharge Station could not be interacted with after the Reaver King Hunt reset. Fixed an issue where players were unable to dash jump up onto a ledge on a wall during the Riven fight to avoid its attack in hunts. The Brood Mother Hunt fixed an issue with Hunt. The player was able to stand on the collision of a fallen brazier on a mound in the left side of the Broodmother area. Fixed an area where players could go out of bounds during the Broodmother Hunt. Fixed an issue where part of the stair rail was green in Broodmother Hunt. Fixed an issue where falling crystals in Broodmother Hunt were getting knocked into the environment. Or getting stuck in the environment, sorry. Fixed an issue where purple textured terrain was observed throughout Broodmother Silreth Hunt. Fixed an issue where... Oh no, we just did that one. Fixed an issue where Broodmother Silreth boss may not have suspended properly. Fixed an issue with misplaced prop assets observed during Broodmother. Fixed an issue, fixed some of the dirt textures appearing black in the Broodmother's Hunt area. Fear not, bookworms. The missing bookshelf has been restored in the Broodmother Hunt level. Fixed an issue where signal fires could be placed back to back during Broodmother Hunt. Imbuement related, fixed an issue where the Black Flames Mutator effects failed to reset after a party wipe. Fixed an issue where Chaos Bomb left behind wire frames after the explosion. Fixed an issue where Trickster Bombs did not dissolve when cleaning up. Fixed an issue where users could fail to break toxic flora mushrooms. Fixed an issue where overgrowth acid pools also appeared on ceilings if they grew large enough. Fixed an issue where enemies could break Gloomcatcher rocks using normal attacks. Fixed an issue where a cube was missing texture could be seen under corrupted shrines during expeditions with the Gloom Shroud Mutator. Fixed an issue where the lighting on the Gloom Collapse safe zones was too bright. Fixed an issue where the Torch of Radiance VFX failed to appear in the Gloom Collapse Mutator Expedition. And fixed an issue where solar flare spots weren't visible when launching a solar flare Mutator Expedition in dedicated servers. Zipline related, fixed an issue with all ziplines being positioned at 000. Fixed an issue where the player's character model deviated from the zipline's path. Fixed an issue where the player was able to interact with a zipline during a local signal fire travel animation. Fixed an issue where players were falling off ziplines before the end of the zipline. Fixed an issue where using ziplines repeatedly caused a disconnection from ziplines. Fixed an issue where the player's character always performed roll animation upon soft landing after using a zipline. Snow related, fixed an issue where snow disappeared on overland prop when entering and exiting pause menu. Fixed an issue where snow texture blending was messed up in the global events. Fixed an issue where gloom ambush event would be considered a tracer event. Fixed an issue where players could bypass gloom ambush events in Reaverwood expeditions. Fixed an issue where the Trickster chest bar variant played the wrong VFX after player 1. Fixed an issue where rewards were lost when the player offered a key to the Trickster before opening a chest during the Trickster bar event. Fixed an issue where missing string table entry dev text was observed when opening a chest during the bar variant of the Trickster event. And fixed an issue where Trickster coins from wheel and bar events didn't scale with level. Ruins events. Fixed an issue where orbital events could not be completed in certain situations. Fixed an issue where the tracer event could be prevented from spawning. Fixed an issue where no orbital events could be found when launching expeditions in Undercroft or the repository. Repository. Fixed an issue where gelatinous cube experienced seemed tearing when jumping near the cube. Fixed an issue where a spot in the hunt event tile lacked collision, causing the character to clip through the floor. Fixed an issue with the clinical trial events area in Undercroft, which failed to disappear after failing the event during the first run of Ruins. Fixed the event a matter of time not being generated when launching expeditions in the repository of knowledge. Fixed an issue in event where a player was able to place the hourglasses without picking them up during the repository expedition. Fixed an issue where Arclight Overlord event completes before defeating all the enemies when Shadow Imbuement used to trigger the event in the Undercroft expedition. And fix an issue where the initiate coding sequence interaction prompt remained after completing the decoder event. And then we have the Highlands event. Fix an issue where Sphere of Influence and Gloom Tear spawned on top of each other, overlapping. Fix an issue where there was a large black seam in Gloom Tear. I'm just gonna say tier area. Fixed an issue where chests inside the Gloom Tier event rewarded players with level 1 accessories. Improved Gloom Tier visuals and VFX. Fixed an issue where soulbound chests in the Highlands spawned clipping into ground. Fixed an issue where plunderful lures collided would continue to persist after the item was destroyed. Fixed an issue where the totems used to spawn plunderful weren't active. Fixed LOD issues observed when entering Talonapaya event area on PS4. And fixed an issue where the chest that spawned during the treasure hunt event in Highlands was invisible. Mines events. Fixed an issue where a supply raid event spawned on an untextured platform. Fixed an issue where the event What Lies Beneath could not be found when launching the pit expedition. Fixed an issue where a toe catcher prevented the player from walking smoothly during the Gloom Ambush event in Mines. Fixed an issue where enemies did not spawn in the final phase of Excavation Unit. Fixed an issue with the spawn rate being too high for shrikes during the Excavation Unit event. Fixed the issue where the player failed to take damage from toxic pools when the drill machine was active. Fixed an issue where the event The Chain Gang could not be found when launching the pit expedition. Fixed an issue where a small hitch occurred when activating the slime sabotage event. Fixed an issue where the supply raid event rewarded the player with an old resource Blood Warp Spectra, and then the Reaver Woods event fixed an issue with the Crown of Decay causing enemies to aggro to the origin point during events. Alright, next up we have some fixes for bugs/Misc. Login issues. Fixed an issue where players were stuck on the please wait with the login queue on screen when attempting to log in with the same account on different platforms. Fixed an issue where the game becomes inoperable. I have no idea. And the player is unable to proceed to the login screen after a disconnected pop-up. Fixed an issue where blank login failed message was displayed when the user disconnected from the network at the login screen before entering the game. Fixed an issue where button presses were not disabled during login. Fixed an issue where correct invalid login credentials were being sent. Fixed an issue where separate network tokens were quarrying from login screens. Fixed an issue where inappropriate spacing was displayed in has occurred text in the disconnected message when the user tried to log in. Fixed an issue where players were not automatically logged in after accepting EULA and privacy policy. Fixed an issue where disconnecting the controller on the login screen interrupted the login process. And fixed an issue where the privacy policy agreement was displayed twice. Disconnections, crashes and kicks. Fixed an issue where the player was kicked due to anti-cheat when selecting the send and restart option from UE4 crash dialog window. Fixed an issue where EAC was not enabled when restarting the game from Unreal Crash Handler. Fixed an issue where the game crashed when fast traveling from Skylight to Highlands on PS4. Fixed an issue where the player got kicked to the login screen with disconnected connection timeout when traveling to Highlands on PS4. Fixed an issue where player A was not kicked out of Expedition Hunt after accepting an invite from player B. It was not kicked out. I thought I read that wrong. Fixed an issue where players could be disconnected when the party leader disconnects. Fixed an issue with the player experiencing a disconnect back to the main menu when attempting to travel to the Highlands. Fixed an issue where players could be kicked to the main menu after collecting items in leveling up in certain lost zones. Fixed an issue where players were kicked while solo in some lost zones. Fixed an issue where players were kicked to the main menu when entering the Bloodworks expedition from matchmaking set to off, with it set to off. Fixed an issue where party leader may have been booted back into expedition after exiting and becoming non-responsive. Fixed an issue where the application could crash when loading into Codex Hall expedition during main quest Tangled Web. Fixed an issue where the application crashed while loading into Expedition Hunt with matchmaking on. Fixed an issue where the loading screen hung indefinitely when the player immediately abandoned the instance during the main story quest Into the Unknown. Fixed an issue causing crashes during the Reaver King hunt after phase 1. Fixed an issue where the server would crash during the Plunderful event. Fixed an issue where async could cause infinite loading issues. Fixed an issue where players could crash after entering the repository of knowledge with greed and shadow imbuements. Fixed an issue causing crashes on PS4 and PS5. Fixed some crashes where the game could abruptly crash due to certain mutators. Fixed an issue where the application became inoperable. You know what? I'm just going to ignore it. The user was unable to proceed to login screen when network is reconnected after dismissing the first disconnected pop-up, which was displayed after network disconnection during gameplay. Fixed an issue where the application crashed when the player were free roaming in Highlands. Fixed an issue where Unreal Engine 4 crashed while idle in Skylight near Gloom Portal. I'm guessing that's what UE stands for, right? Fixed an issue where players could become stuck on loading screens as extended periods of time. So out of this disconnection thing, it looks like most of it is caused by the Highlands. Surprise, surprise. Audio. Fixed an issue where character alt ready failed to output audio and vibration from the PS5 controller. Fixed an issue where accepting signal fire failed to output audio and vibration for the PS5 controller. Fixed an issue where the signal fire audio was played before the player respawned during fast travel in PS5 controller. Fixed an issue where the Japanese Omen MoGraph that appears after completing the tutorial would play in English. Fixed an issue where the bass channel was not active during cutscenes. Fixed an issue where signal fires did not have an audio cue that flasks were refilled. Fixed an issue where audio quips that play after dialogue's appearances were displayed. Next we have animations. Other players' sprint animations now play correctly, ensuring a smooth experience. The Wayfinder's walking animation no longer gets stuck in the permanent stride after specific inputs. Fixed an issue with the Gloom Dagger failing to disappear during this and Kairos' dodge animation. Fixed weapons not being hidden while playing certain emotes. Raised the stow point of greatswords. Fixed an issue where the broken animation observed on the character's right hand from Highlands hustle emote. Fixed an issue with the player being able to use the emote/spray radial wheel during the local signal fire travel animation. Fixed twin strikers clipping through character models when interacting with flask stations. Fixed an issue with Juggernaut character animations which deflected away from the direction of movement when locked onto an enemy. Fixed an issue with the Juggernaut's weapon ability animation continuing to play when the player is knocked down. Fixed an issue with emotes being usable when the Juggernaut weapon ability animation was playing. Fixed an issue where Juggernaut's weapon ability could cause players to tumble off ruined tiles. Fixed an issue where the rifle model disconnected from Silo's hands when the staggered animation was played during the side quest The Ruthless End. Fixed an issue where the Gloom Dagger appeared rotated on the character model after performing a stabbing animation. Fixed an issue where the fan appears afloat during the emote Sassy Fans. Fixed an issue where the player character was missing an animation when interacting with cleansing stations. And fixed an issue where Omen's character model would not animate during certain dialogue sequences. Next up, cosmetics. Fixed an issue where Rose and Thorn idle VFX flickered in the armory menu. Fixed an issue with Helm Swarm's ability Volcano's projectile VFX not appearing. Fixed an issue where the player's starting weapon did not grant its weapon skin. Fixed an issue where Maiden Rhyme dual daggers cause VFX flicker when players equip them during NPC interactions. Fixed an issue where Colossus lighting VFX affected Highland Skybox. Fixed an issue where Legacy Shield skin and Cetriel's favor had interchanged preview icons. I think I'm going to say that's how you pronounce that. Fixed an issue where flickering VFX was displayed for Legacy. Fixed an issue where the 1000 Cuts weapon icon was blank. Fixed an issue with the twin strikers, 1,000 cuts icon using the slice and dice icon. Fixed an issue where Amethyst's Edge had the same preview icon as Vanguard on the weapon skin page. Updated the seams? I have no idea. Weapon skin icon to match the actual skin. Updated charms which appeared floating when equipped to the Thunderbolt rune cannon skin. Fixed an issue where the charm appeared floating when equipped to the Smoldering Pyre skin. Fixed an issue where the weapon charm changed hands when the player returned to active gameplay from the style menu. Fixed an issue where the Dusk Hunter's Fang charms string was not fully animated. Fixed an issue where weapon size increased on applying or changing dies. Fixed an issue where rifle scaling was different between stowed and equipped. Scaling? I'm just going to say scaling. Anyway, where was he? Fixed an issue where the reset colors option failed to function after rezoning. Fixed an issue where weapon dies did not reset correctly. Fixed an issue where dies were applied to Silo's neck and ears when his unmasked headpiece was equipped. Fixed an issue where the weapon was invisible in the trinket and weapons charm menus. Fixed an issue where Purple Flame, VFX and Heritage dual dagger skins was misaligned with the dagger's 3D model. Fixed an issue where a player was pushed when standing up after using the snow angle emote. Fixed an issue where Shake It emote caused the player character eye model to degrade / disappear. Fixed an issue where Epitaph model was not appearing when equipped. Fixed an issue where the snowball emote didn't throw a snowball. Finally, you won't have to settle for the Mimes snowball fight. I mean, I'm sure that would have been amusing. Fixed an issue where Henbane weapon skin preview had the wrong description. Fixed an issue where the emotes Great Salute and Hey There had their names swapped. Fixed an issue where the Belladonna weapon skin Drip VFX could get wrapped and pop in and out when spinning the character in the style menu. Fixed an issue where various Wayfinder head pieces were missing their die maps. And fixed an issue where the flames on Kairos' head with the Persona head Void Scribe hood was not dyeable. Alright, matchmaking. Fixed an issue where party members were unable to finish an expedition when the party leader got disconnected after matchmaking the expedition / hunt. Fixed an issue where a player was added to the helper queue after trying to leave an expedition. Fixed an issue where the join helper queue option failed to display in select destination screen while in a 2-person party. Fixed an issue where players in a 2-person party were unable to queue for the helper queue. Fixed an issue where expedition hunts could not be started nor exited. Fixed an issue where the indiscernible, I have no idea, error message appeared if the player started and stopped matchmaking multiple times at the gloom wall. Fixed an issue where 4-player parties were forming in ZL expeditions and hunts. Fixed an issue where players couldn't begin expeditions / hunts in Reaver Woods. Fixed an issue where the player got queued into a helper queue after abandoning the hunt Blood Boar. Fixed an issue where the player got pushed into a helper queue when attempting to abandon the hunt Dread Legion while falling off a ledge. And fixed an issue where players could receive 6 helper coins during some Lost Zone completions. Next we have socials. Fixed an issue where leaving a party just after queuing could result in null player control and broken character data. Fixed an issue where party members who left the party after the party leader started matchmaking would get loaded into the ZL anyway. Fixed an issue where players were able to successfully form a party with a blocked player. Fixed an issue where the party leader was unable to leave expeditions or hunt during the countdown timer in a pre-made party. Fixed an issue where a party leader could block non-party players leaving the lost zone. Fixed an issue where the matchmaking ticket failed to cancel out completely if a party member left just before the matchmaking started. Fixed an issue with client-side validation for empty friend codes. And fixed an issue where users could fail to invoke voice chat settings while in spectate. Menus and awakening. Fixed an issue where dev text was displayed when the player attempted to sell housing. Receipts in the sell menu at the vendor's shop. Fixed an issue where Wormwood Ether has an incorrect sell value. Fixed an issue where Gloomstone shards did not show up in inventory. Fixed an issue where required material to awaken Bastion included Tainted Core. Fixed an issue where new weapons could not be crafted. Fixed an issue where players with greater than 2,048 quests appeared to have no completed quests from the client perspective. Fixed an issue where Opal of the King material failed to count towards weapon crafting at Arsenal. Fixed an issue where players were unable to awaken Wayfinders using Awakening Stones at Awakening level 1 and 2. Fixed an issue where players were unable to use Awakening Stones to awaken certain weapons. Fixed an issue where players were unable to craft Memory of Wingrave Prowess for Awakening level 1. Fixed an issue where the incorrect amount of ingredients were deducted while awakening any weapon or Wayfinder. Fixed an issue where the recipe basic Arcanic Elixir 1 could be sold at the Venge. Fix an issue where Duskbringer and Earthshaker's individual components could be recovered with just gold at the weapon crafting UI. Fix an issue where settings could be opened during the Skylight intro cinematic. Fixed an issue where there was a severe FPS drop at the select imbuement page in the Gloom Sphere UI. Fixed an issue where player was kicked out of Echo menu when near or at Echo limit due to hitching. Fixed an issue where the player was able to increase multiple Echo levels at once without spending money fragments for each level. Fixed an issue where unlocking player echoes did not match the intended item progression data. Fixed an issue where tempering at level 30 weapon. Fixed an issue where tempering a level 30 weapon that had no tempers before showed the stats decrease. Dude, there are so many typos in here. I thought I was going crazy. No, that's just writ wrong. Fixed an issue where the small resonance catch reward at the end of an expedition was incorrectly named Small Resonance Scroll. Fixed an issue where text on the destination select screen on the Gloom Gate was not localized. Fixed an issue where the Blood Gore Gloom Trace was incorrectly used incorrect terminology. Fixed an issue where the Mutator Midas had an incorrect description. Fixed an issue where changes made to option settings did not carry over to a new device, and fixed an issue where the player was unable to confirm using a gamepad in the weapon reinforcement menu. Control issues. Fixed an issue where players got soft locked after respawning in expeditions/hunts. Fixed an issue where select echoes would lock up or kick players when attempting to upgrade them. Fixed an issue where select inputs were functioning as hold inputs. Fixed an issue where L1 would sometimes get stuck. Fixed an issue where Arcstorm's weapon ability prevented player movement after its use. Fixed an issue where character auto ran after interacting with Kestrel's hideout. I'm glad that's fixed. That was actually so annoying. I dealt with that quite a lot. Fixed an issue where after opening map with controller player, let me redo that. Fixed an issue where after opening map with controller, player could not move cursor around. Fixed an issue where controller input applied to character movement when the player had chat widget open. Fixed an issue with ability unlock/recall inconsistencies on mouse and keyboard. Fixed an issue where the lock move button stick toggle did not account for X-axis camera sensitivity. Fixed an issue where the cursor did not lock onto the game client if it wasn't on the main display, and would drift around the map and during loading when using a controller. Fixed an issue where players could experience scrambled controls after loading into hunts and expeditions, and fixed an issue where the camera wasn't rotating after swiping one finger. Performance issues. Fixed an issue with heartbeat tags for performance diagnostics. Fixed an issue with analytics volumes. I mean, my brain, I've been on this for like 3-4 hours. My brain is just struggling to read now. Fixed an issue where major FPS drops were being caused in the character loadout menu. Fixed an issue where major FPS drops when echo list was opened after acquiring a lot of echoes. And fixed an issue where reaching the echo inventory limit caused severe performance issues. Other Misc issues. Fixed an issue where certain tiles didn't have a description on their options menu. Fixed an issue where debugging and for Gloombrain, Gloomtrace, and Drill Machine recipes were not working. Fixed an issue where the Airship Syndicate logo was blurred in the credits on PlayStation 4. Fixed an issue where black screen was displayed occasionally for a few seconds on the loading screen. Fixed an issue where the tutorial activity is incorrectly displayed in active activities upon launching the application for the first time before logging in. Fixed an issue where the signal fire in Deepwood Halt did not activate automatically. Fixed an issue where players got a notification to activate the signal fire to view full inventory. Fixed an issue where an infinite loading animation appeared for the item Star Shard. Fixed an issue where the one-use VFX for some consumables was missing. Fixed an issue where in-game cutscene did not scale to fit ultra-wide resolution. Fixed an issue where the idle zoom failed to occur for players with ransom equipped. Fixed an issue where the player was unable to exit certain parts of the UI using escape key. Fixed an issue where the Everfrost bomb imbuement was non-functional. Fixed an issue with compatibility testing. Fixed an issue where an error string was called when loading into and out of the pit. Fixed an issue where the player's shadow didn't connect to their feet when they stood on the ground at the beginning of the tutorial. Fixed an issue where duplicate torches could appear on players during Gloom Collapse. Fixed an issue where on wave complete nodes wave index always returned with 0. Fixed an issue where the quality could not be selected from the FSR quality. Fixed an issue where changing resolutions from borderless to the different display nodes would fully display null. Fixed an issue where the overgrowth mutator could experience severe SFX overlapping. Fixed an issue where combat music could not could play prematurely in the loading screen. Fixed an issue where players were unable to complete the first hunt. Fixed an issue where item requesters could create some camera issues. Fixed an issue where black gloomstones were still in some loot pools. And fixed an issue where the fade to black travel screen was missing when fast traveling within the same area. Fixed an issue where Veil Shard fragments and Winter Queen shards could be created when Eventide was disabled. Fixed an issue where there was an Eventide CVAR problem with the Highlands. God, Highlands just has all the problems, doesn't it? Fixed an issue where Eventide features were not available when the live event was active. Fixed an issue where Gloom Caster FX did not match attack hitbox direction. Disabled mounts and removed the mount item table. Fixed an issue where required world stage tags always generated requested tiles first in an instance. Fixed an issue where world state tags needed to be removed from tiles. Fixed an issue where debugged wireframe assets were seen during the wall-mounted laser attack phase of in the Bloodboar hunt. Fixed an issue with Seeker Avila floating above ground. Waiting issues on some clothings. Fixed Omen's dialogue sequence model have clothes clipping through models. Updated Han's character model, which changed to a tree log on interaction with him. Fixed an issue with Gloom VFX remaining on the character when interrupted by an emote during signal fire travel animation. Fixed an issue where character model contorted when holding rifles or shotguns. Fixed an issue where PS4 application terminated without generating core dump after user disconnected from the network in the loading screen instantly after selecting the character. Fixed an issue where the Archon Commander cutscene could display incorrectly. And fixed an issue where the Umbral Aura effect could be put on Trickster. Okay, moving on, we have stuff for creatures and Misc individual creatures. Fixed an issue where Squad Sense was causing issues with enemies, leashing / combat queue tickets. Fixed an issue where mini fodder XP values were too low. Fixed an issue where Gloom enemies did not spawn around Gloom brambles in Highlands. Fixed an issue where enemies were able to pass through the fog wall in Shrouded Woods. Fixed an issue where Hollow One Blades persists in mid-air even after the enemy died. Fixed an issue where Willow's Witch Poison Cloud ability did not disappear after the player defeated them. I think I encountered that a few times. Fixed an issue where Gloom Rot VFX persisted after blocking a Husk attack. Fixed an issue where Gloom Tidings attack were dragging the player abnormally in the direction of the attack. Fixed an issue where Hobgoblin power-up animation had default textures. Fixed an issue where VFX appeared to be improper when the gelatinous worms went underground and came out on sloped terrains. Fixed an issue where Codex initiates only targeted other enemy AIs while using the beam attack. Fixed Highlands Panther's tail animation when stationary. Fixed an issue where Codex initiates projectile attack failed to send forth the projectile. Fixed an issue where the Pride-bound Stomper was unable to jump gaps or ledges. Fixed an issue where Reaver Misc totems may have spawned at player respawn coordinates. Fixed an issue with Storm Strikers low audio for certain. Fixed an issue where debug lines appeared from Bone Binder attack trap attacks. God, that was a mouthful. Fixed an issue where the hitbox was missing for Bone Breaker enemy's head. Fixed an issue where elite enemy units failed to create an egg on death when the Phoenix Egg's Solar and Greed Mutator was active. Fixed an issue where fleas failed to spawn from gold piles when Greed Mutator was active. Fixed an issue where Ice Spider dropped Brood Hunt echoes during the Eventide expedition. Fixed an issue where enemies activate healing SFX/VFX when crossing over toxin pools when gold Quake was active. Fixed an issue where the death dissolve on AI was popping. Fixed an issue where enemies killed / despawned would leave behind a loot icon, where if they didn't even if they didn't drop any loot. Fixed an issue where enemies were jumping in place in highlands, and fixed an issue where enemies in the Undercroft tile wouldn't attack the character when they were in the hallway. Events fixed an issue where soulbound enemy combat ranges were very small. Ranges were very small. Fixed an issue where the player could defeat the Pride Lord while taking no damage during the hunt event. Fixed an issue where tracer enemies were not affected by the gloom touched mutator. Fixed an issue where some enemies may not have spawned during the sacrifice event in Blood Orchard Expedition. Fixed an issue where Valor's blood attach point for resilience / HP bar couldn't be seen when locked on in melee. Yeah, lucky me. Fixed an issue where defeating Frost Inkers spawned after destroying the ice cube did not count towards the slashing through the snow live event quest objective. Fixed an issue where Arclight Deceiver did not spawn during the heroic Basamile event in the repository expedition when Green Mutator was active. Basama, I know I had that word before. Fixed an issue where Crystal Phoenix became trapped on a pipe and stopped attacking. Fixed an issue where Bird Souls could teleport off the map. I think. Chaotic Lancers fixed an exploit with the Chaotic Lancer. Fixed an issue where Chaotic Lancers in the Highlands were dropping a level 1 accessory. The Harbinger fixed an issue where the Harbinger could get stuck attempting to re-enter collision when positioning between the player and a ledge while clipping into collision. Fixed an issue where the Harbinger boss could fall off the map using the leap attack while the character is standing on the ledge of the platform during the Lighting the Flame main story quest. Yeah, I wish I saw that. Would have been funny to look at. The Ninth Herald fixed an issue where the Ninth Herald began to T-pose when starting its AoE grab / attack. Fixed an issue where player could defeat Ninth Herald while avoiding combat with a rifle by climbing onto the rocks. And the Emissary fixed an issue where the Emissary in the tutorial dungeon had 2 health bars displayed. Fixed an issue where the Emissary could slide around during the cutscene. Fixed an issue where the Emissary could die by falling through the ground during combat. Fixed an issue where the Foregone Emissary was dropping its echo at the higher level than intended in the Pit Expedition. Frost Hunters fixed an issue where some Frost Hunter eggs were using the incorrect model. Fixed an issue where Frost Hunters didn't have a limit to spawning winter spawn eggs. Fixed an issue where Frost Hunters spawned brood spawns instead of winter spawns. Fixed an issue where Frost Hunters did not take damage after going through its unstoppable phase. Shroud Stalkers fixed an issue where Shroud Stalkers may get stuck in a running animation loop. Fixed an issue where Shroud Stalker's swirl attack VFX and SFX persists if killing during its attack animation, or persists if during Goblin Inkerites. Fixed an issue with the parry VFX appearing when the character takes damage from Goblin Inkerites poison grenade. Fixed an issue where Goblin, I'm just going to call him Goblin Backpack does not dissolve with the Chemist's corpse when defeated. Fixed an issue where the Goblin Poison Grenade AoE attack could destroy golden catcher crystals, then the Loot Goblins and Plunderfuls. Fixed an issue where the Loot Goblin / Plunderful event granted loot when successful Success conditions were not met. There we go. Fixed an issue where the plunderful goblin can navigate through a solid ice wall near the Worm Cave in Highlands. Fixed an issue where Plunderful's health bar was appearing for players far away from encounter location. Fixed an issue where the gift box disappeared if the player defeated the Plunderful while he was throwing the box. And fixed an issue where the goblin spawned during the Horde event spawned inside the terrain. Broodmother, Silreth, and Winter Queen fixed an issue where Broodmother remained a valid target while on the ceiling during hunts. Fixed an issue where the player could damage Broodmother while she was attached to the ceiling. Fixed an issue. Also, before we continue, I swear I don't know if I'm just going crazy, but I swear some of these updates have just been said further up. I swear this Broodmother one was already mentioned further, but I know maybe I'm just. Maybe I read it before, I don't know. Fixed an issue where multiple Broodmothers could be seen when the player was standing outside the Gloom Wall during the event. Broodmother Silreth. Fixed an issue where Broodmother would be difficult to target. Fixed an issue where Broodmother's HB bar would reset after the first phase. Fixed an issue where the Broodmother cinematic could not be skipped. Fixed an issue where the player could damage the Winter Queen outside the area wall. Fixed an issue where players could exploit the Winter Queen hunt by jumping into the platform above the boss or jumping onto the platform. Fixed an issue where the player could avoid attacks by standing on icicle assets on the left back corner of the Winter Queen area. The Dread Legion fixed an issue where the transition phase the Dread Legion did not have a safe zone along the player's path. Finally, the third phase is now slightly less painful. Wormwood fixed an issue where Wormwood's laser beam attack did not get interrupted when its resilience was broken. Fixed an issue where Yeti may spawn during the Wormwood hunt. Fixed an issue where Wormwood targeted players outside the area in multiplayer. The Talon of Pyre fixed an issue where damage numbers were not displayed on Talon of Pyre. Fixed an issue where the event timer for Talon of Pyre did not appear on the Highlands map. Fixed an issue where Talon of Pyre dropped level 1 accessories. Added improvements to the Talon of Pyre world boss encounter. Fixed an issue where Talon of Pyre became unresponsive after the DPS check phase. Fixed an issue where Talon of Pyre would respawn multiple times if attacked behind the fire barrier. And Storm Twins fixed an issue where Storm of Thorns spawned in more than a regular amount of arrow barrages. Blood Boar fixed an issue where Blood Boar could die and despawn if it moves to a specific area. Fixed an issue where Blood Boar's jump attack could produce an unusual death animation. Fixed an issue where Blood Boar's laser attack continued to target a fallen player throughout the hunt. Fixed an issue where double jumping during Blood Boar's laser attack would redirect the attack. Fixed Blood Boar targeting Trickster bombs when a Chaos Mutator is active. Fixed an issue where Blood Boar did not have golden armor applied when hit by the Trickster bomb with the Mayhem Chaos Mutator active. Fixed an issue where Blood Boar attacked the enemy spawned from Gloomshroud Mutator. Fixed an issue where laser attack wind up SFX was missing during the wall latch phase of the Blood Boar hunt. Next we have the Trial of Lingering Light. Fixed an issue with the hunt Trial of Lingering Light. The bear Basamile that spawned during the hunt being named incorrectly. I still don't know how to pronounce that word. During the Trial of Lingering Light, the Owl Griffin Fasamile that spawned now has a health bar. Fixed an issue where players were kicked when fighting Trial of Lingering Light. Fixed an issue where the Trial of Lingering Light hunt objective did not appear when entering hunt. Fixed an issue where enemies did not aggro Fixed an issue where enemies did not aggro on the player in Trial of Lingering Light unless the player attacked. Commander Creed. Fixed an issue where Commander Creed's H-bar reset during the Archon Commander hunt. Fixed an issue where Shadow Imbuement VFX failed to assist on Anchor Commander after respawning. Fixed an issue where Archon Commander's line of sight could be blocked by toxic mushrooms. And then the Argent Hand. Fixed an issue where the Argent Hand killing the Argent Hand was not deducting HP from the boss, from the hunt boss. The hand rejoiced on spawn. Fixed an issue where 2 HP bars were observed on Argent Hand in Argent Hand hunt. The Reaver King Atarak, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Fixed an issue where the Reaver King may disappear mid-hunt. Fixed an issue where the Reaver King fell through the surface while mounting the Marrow. Fixed an issue where the Reaver King animation appeared incorrectly when the boss mounted the bear. Fixed an issue where a group of Reavers are present at the checkpoint when the player respawns during the Reaver King. Fixed an issue where Reaver King units spawned by the Atarak, I believe that's how it's pronounced, did not aggro on the player unless approached during hunt, the Reaver King. Fixed an issue where the attack telegraph indicator was not displayed for Marrow's charge when a charge attack when Atarak was mounted on him. Fixed an issue where Reaver King did not move to the center of the area to perform the AoE attack that summoned Reavers. Fixed an issue where Atarak may have clipped through and fell out of the playable area after performing a teleport strike. The Bloodspawn. Fixed an issue where the Bloodspawn's AoE did not affect the character when it was cornered into the fence around the arena area. Fixed an issue where the Gloom Touch VFX was not applied to the explosive anchorlings during Bloodspawn Anchor Hunt. All these words I can't pronounce. Fixed an issue where Bloodspawn Incas may have clipped into the ground after Bloodspawn's health bar was depleted. And fixed an issue where major frame rate drops could occur when explosive anchorlings exploded during Bloodspawn Hunt. And then Riven. Fixed an issue where players were kicked when finishing Riven the Devourer. Fixed an issue where Riven did not properly leave the area when encountered. Fixed an issue where Riven may not attack players after its guard was broken. And fixed an issue where hunt bosses could enrage prematurely while the player was fighting gloom enemies. Okay, and for the last of the bosses, we have Nightsmaw. Fixed an issue where Nightsmaw AoE headbutt attack did not hit all characters equally. Fixed an issue where Nightsmaw had its HP bar displayed twice. Fixed an issue where there are multiple spots in the Nightmaw's event cave where the player could avoid damage from the boss or adds. Fixed an issue where Nightsmaw health could reset during the fight. Fixed an issue where placing worm bait may not register / count for summoning Nightsmaw. And fixed an issue where Nightsmaw jittered when popping out of the ground. Fixed an issue where Nightsmaw was unresponsive and did not aggro the player. And then last we have the first. Fixed an issue where during the first barrier phase players could be caught between tiles, stopping movement. Okay, moving along to housing. Fixed an issue where standing in an apartment windowsill would result in the camera zooming in. Window panels in skylight apartments, the ethereal world grid material texture no longer haunts the window panels. Now you can gaze out into the shrouded woods without pixelated interference. Fixed an issue with the Omen artifact animation, which had a visible pop back to idle after playing the interact animation. Fixed an issue where the Grand Deceiver artifact chest could clip into most housing items in housing. Addressed a bug where the twin candle I have no idea, could not be placed in the apartment. Fixed an issue where a Vala's crotchet fox trophy could not be placed due to high collision. A Vala's adorable fox creation has been properly labeled as a Vala's crocheted fox. Yeah, crocheted fox. No more yarn-based identity crisis. Updated the placeholder text coming soon in the description of housing trophy, unyielding cube. Oh, that's that green cube thing, right? I think you get that from the blobs. Updated the collision on most housing items to allow items to fit on the grid better. Fixed an issue with certain wall decor items having broken collision in housing. Fixed an issue in housing where certain decoration items had an unusual behavior with the shader when in editing mode. An imbuement no longer fails to be deducted from the player's inventory upon interacting with the primal shrine. Fix an issue where the primal shrine buff wore out after exiting the housing instance. Updated the icon for multiple housing items. Fixed an issue where the player failed to load into Skylight upon exiting the Skylight apartment. Party members now politely exit the party leader's apartment when the leader departs. No more awkward lingering, just spectral courtesy. Fix an issue where collecting the reward from their alchemical mixer would kick the player instantly from the game. Fix an issue where the player Fixed an issue where an empty image was displayed along with looking for server while in queue to enter apartments. Fixed an issue with the default evade button on controllers lacking functionality inside Skylight apartments. Fixed an issue where the button to invoke the radial menu lost functionality after exiting edit mode. Added verified new housing items, fixed an issue where the rustic drawers were labeled as basic wooden side tables in the furnishing tab, and fixed an issue where the housing starter pack quest rewards granted wrong bed crafting recipe. Fixed an issue where Dread Legion artifacts passive effect could be stacked when activated and deactivated multiple times. Fixed an issue where transparency issues were occurring when with the first artifact. Fixed an issue where artifact power did not update in the menu. Fixed an issue where temp names were being used on some housing item names. Fixed an issue where some candle VFX did not render properly on the east-west walls. Fixed an issue where the description for some lighting items were incorrect. Fixed an issue where the iron-worn chair was labeled as iron-worn coffee table in the furnishing tab. Keep these coffee stains off of your chair. Fix an issue where the Lambert lantern loaded in laying on its side rather than standing upright. Fixed an issue where items were being stacking in the inventory menu when there was more than one of the individual item. Fixed an issue where the hover highlights in the inventory menu could become unresponsive. Fixed an issue where the sample dresser used the wrong icon. Fixed an issue where the placeholder icon was observed for the housing crafting items. Fixed an issue where the focus was shifted to decoration UI from housing settings when moving the left stick. Fixed an issue that resulted in the player getting kicked to main menu upon entering Skylight Apartments. Fixed the issue where the user was not able to back out from the inventory tab while in housing. Fixed an issue where the Blood Boar artifact recipe had an incorrect item description. Fixed an issue where players could view content not intended for release in the housing UI. Fixed an issue where certain housing items couldn't be placed due to bad collision. Fixed an issue where the Manage Artifacts menu displayed an extra artifact effect. Fixed an issue where certain decor items were categorized incorrectly. It fixed an issue where an incorrect rune silver amount was displayed when the player entered housing. Fixed an issue where Grand Deceiver artifact did not affect gold acquired from greed gold piles. Fixed an issue where switching Wayfinders while in your apartment resulted in a kick to matchmaking, requiring a force quit. Fixed an issue where the player was able to open up the map in their apartment. It appeared very zoomed in. Fixed an issue where silvers would appear if the camera was rotated too quickly. Fixed an issue where sensitivity was too high while the player was in edit mode. Fixed an issue where focus was shifted to decoration UI from house settings when the left stick was moved. Fixed an issue where the placement type text was visible in the inventory window even when the player had no housing items. Fixed an issue where the unyielding cube texture had visible seams if the player moved along the cube. Time for some seamless jiggling. Yeah, that is the cube I thought it is. That's like green one. I'm pretty sure it comes from the slimes, but I'm not actually sure where I picked it up. Fixed an issue where the sprint animation continued when toggling edit mode. Fixed an issue where the armory was not locked while in the apartment. Fixed an issue where players could place together housing items on top of the trickster's artifact. Wait, where are we? Fixed an issue where holiday tree event gifts could be placed into any spot. Fixed an issue where the player received a matchmaking error when attempting to leave their apartment via the fast travel map. Okay, and to finish off this video, we have some fixes to the quests. For those navigating Skylight, the waypoint maker at Gloomgate now appears for the objective, the Lost Colony, enter the Shrouded Woods. Fixed an issue where Runes of Aurelian Enter the Undercroft did not display an objective marker when in Skylight. We've corrected the spelling for Riven, previously Riven, when crafting this room trace. I didn't even see the difference. Oh, I see. During the quest, the Lair of the Whisperer, objective markers for Han's Father of Mine quest now appears even if the player is not in the objective zone. The Herald now knows how to properly implode during the Into the Unknown quest. No more stage fright. Fixed an issue with the crafting UI not populating for the Imbuement Cauldron during the side quest, the Woodwind's Plea. Fixed an issue with the potion menu in side quests, only making sound effects but not crafting potions in Woodwind's Plea. Updated Updated waypoint marker, which was missing if the player triggered Not So Sage Advice quest in Highlands. The quest Cleansing the Fire now correctly references its location. Fixed an issue where some challenges and sphere unlocks were not working. Fixed an issue with some quests being lost on travel. Fixed an issue with the character model of the Silver Codex Monk not being displayed after completing the quest Follow the Silver Codex. Fixed an issue with the crafting UI not populating items from Sage's Wisdom Potion in the side quest Think Faster. Fixed an issue with the main story quest Distress Beacon getting updated without meeting their objective criteria. Fixed an issue where Arsenal's speech text box for the quest Self Mastery expired during the quest dialogue for Distress Beacon. Fixed an issue with outdated NPC models being displayed during the Distress Beacon main story quest dialogue sequence. Oh my, there's a lot to read. Fixed an issue with no waypoint pointing to Rook after defeating Bloodboar/Drill Bug. Fixed a spelling error in the quest tracing the past. Skylight has been corrected to Oh, I see. I mean, I just read that Skylight. I didn't realize there was a typo there. Has been corrected to Skylight. The fix, yeah, that's right. Fixed an issue where objectives were not tracking for the second Tracer event in the Runes expedition during the tracing the past. Fixed an issue where Tracer events completed the Undercroft counted towards the tracing the past objectives. Fixed an issue where all consumables had objective markers for consume and control. Updated the Noxious Betrayer quest, which did not have a waypoint after accepting from Old Kite in the Pit expedition. And updated quest rewards, which were not configured for the quest, the Thousand Faces, and Reunions of Revelations. Fixed an issue where quest rewards were not displayed on accepting the Broken Home quest. Updated objective markers pointing to Tracer event, which were missing while progressing through the quest Remnants of the Past. Updated the frozen effect applied to Marrow during the Lost Colony fight. Updated admin tool quest complete/abandon function, which was broken. Fixed a spelling error in Ranger Davin, Father of Mine quest dialogue. It just looks like Raven but with a D. Fixed an issue where Mass, the High Roller, was named the Spend Theft. I have no idea. When encountered during the SQ, the Lavish Betrayer. Fix an issue where Shrieker's Upstart was named as Betrayer Underling when fought during the side quest, the would-be successors. Fix an issue where the side quest Child of Mine had no quest marker guide the player. Let me read that. Fix an issue where the side quest Child of Mine had no quest marker guiding the player from Skylight to Highlands. Fix an issue where the quest Child of Mine had 2 quest markers displayed on screen. Fix an issue where the crafting UI did not populate for the imbuement cauldron during SQ the last potion. Fixed an issue with the crafting UI not populating items for Reaper potion in side quest from the Edge of Death plus the last potion. Fixed an issue where the Kestrel and the Rook SQ in Skylight unlocked before meeting its pre-requirements. Updated quest Project Revenge. Plant the resonating crystal text to fit within the interact prompt. Fixed waypoint marker failing to display for the objective. Find the assailant during a ruthless end quest. Fixed an issue where the waypoint marker was missing in the Gloomsphere UI for the quest Shadow of the Eclipse. Fixed an issue where Bond of Blood totems appeared to be already placed in dedicated servers. Fixed an issue where the Mutator marker was missing in the Gloom Gate for the quest. I'm losing where we are. Whispers on the wind. My bad. I'm losing track of. There's so many texts. My eyes are struggling here. Fix an issue where the quest marker was missing on the imbuement to be used during Birds of a Feather side quest. Fix an issue where fragmentary passage pages did not clear from game space when picked up in side quests. And fixed an issue in the UI where the objective marker was missing for the second imbuement slot at the Gloom Gate during the main story finding the first. Fixed an issue where the Sphere 2 Hunt quest does not complete with 2 imbuements added. Fixed an issue where the camera clips into Lord Hella's model when handling in the cracked conflux arc. Fixed an issue where cell keys are unusually difficult to find when trying to free prisoners during the side quest Elusive Truths. Fixed an issue where a word was missing in a dialogue during the Caged Bird Sings. Fixed an issue where Bay Reaver elites didn't spawn on their waypoint markers. Oh, Bale. Okay, I thought it was a Bay with an exclamation mark, but no, it's Bale. Anyway, where were we? I fixed an issue where the cataloging life SQ unlocked before prerequisites. I can't pronounce a word. Were fulfilled. I can't be asked. I've been doing this for like 6 hours. This goddamn video. My brain is just overeating. I fixed an issue where the shipped plate couldn't be picked if it's dropped in the center of the event area. Fixed an issue where an objective marker pointing to the Venge was missing during Controlling Chaos main story quest. Fixed an issue where there was a missing objective marker on the Gloom Gate in Skylight for the Wormwood Hunt quest. Fixed an issue where conditional quests drops were not classified as conditional loot variables. Fixed an issue where the Cinders of History side quest is inappropriately granted. Fixed an issue where the Priority Quest tutorial pop-up image was outdated. Fixed an issue where last of the Woodrun final quest asked for the wrong potion type. Fixed an issue where quest marker was missing for the first step of the side quest, Unexpected Visitors. Fixed an issue where the waypoint marker was not displaying for an objective of side quest, the 1,000 Faces. Fixed an issue where players were unable to decline any side quests. Fixed an issue where the player was given the option to decline a side quest while submitting it. That sounds so dumb. Fixed an issue where picking up the Layeth ring would kick players to the main menu. Fixed an issue where Venge's dialogue box displayed multiple times during the Plunderful challenge. Fixed an issue where the icon for traditional contraband was missing. Fixed an issue where the supply raid event item charge remained in the player's inventory even after completing the Bloodworks expedition, leaving the smuggling operation to Kestrel. Fixed an issue where the final score quest chain used the term Crystal Haven instead of Crystal's Hideout. Fixed an issue where players received MSQ name 01 after completing the final battle. Fixed an issue where the Lighting the Flame quest objective failed to update. Fixed an issue where players could enter the Gloom for Lighting the Flame MSQ while in the party. Fixed an issue where the Lighting the Flame quest could lead to the player getting indefinitely stuck in the helper queue. Fixed an issue where the would-be successor side quest objective marker was displayed on locked expedition in Gloom Sphere. Fixed an issue where the Love After the Gloomfall side quest did not have a waypoint marker pointing to Skylight while located in Highlands. Fixed an issue where there was no objective marker on Lord Hella's during the MSQ, the Fall of the Silver Codex. Fixed an issue where the Forgotten Rings quest text was giving a misleading quest hint. Fixed an issue where the Finding Courage side quest had the name Hagrin misspelled on the quest acceptance page. Fixed an issue where the player was unable to interact with the Signal Fire for a brief period in Skylight during the Descent MSQ. fixed an issue where the Descendants' final objective text did not follow text guidelines. Fixed an issue. I was losing where I was up to. Fixed an issue where players was unable to progress MSQ further if they declined the new main story quest pop up. Well, that would suck. Fixed an issue where Old Kite was not spawning inside the pit expedition. Fixed an issue where Malone Soul's quest appeared distorted during the conversation with Warden Rust in the Lost Colony MSQ. Fixed an issue where players did not receive slashing through the snow quest after completing the pre-request. I don't know, I give up. Fixed an issue where some assets supporting the hint for the finding the Leam Ring objective were missing during Forgotten Rings side quest. Fixed an issue where the Hidden Heart objective failed to update. Fixed an issue where the Ring of Ashes side quest ring model did not show up. Fixed an issue where completing a hidden quest could cause the quest completion UI to appear. Fixed an issue where players were unable to complete the side quest Seeking Hope. Fixed an issue where turning in eyes to see during the MSQ would open a blank quest turn-in window. Fixed an issue where Revel rupees were not set up to be granted for some challenge quests. Fixed an issue where the player could get kicked to the main menu during the Heart of Darkness MSQ. Fixed an issue where players were unable to complete the Book of Chaos. Fixed an issue where no enemies would spawn during the finale event Into the Unknown. Fixed an issue where during a quest objective phase, success tags got added before phase tags were removed. And fixed an issue where the quest did not update after the player finished the tutorial and loads into Skylight. Fixed an issue where players were unable to progress main story quest after returning to Skylight after Tangled Webs. Fixed an issue where objectives of tracked Eventide challenges disappeared on travel. Fixed an issue where Eventide Vale Sphere 2 priority quest was not unlocked after meeting criteria. Fixed an issue where Traditions of Eventide Expedition objective wouldn't be cleared if the player did the expedition before finale before the objective to complete events. Fixed an issue where players are not given Eventide Sphere 2 priority quest. Fixed an issue where the players were unable to defeat the Winter Queen during the hunt in Eventide quest Slashing Through the Snow. Fixed an issue where objective markers were missing if the player has the complete the mass deception event quest objective active while in the expedition setup screen. And fix an issue where players could track a new quest when 3 quests are already tracked. Okay, and that is going to do it for all the patch notes. This took me so many hours to do. There was so much text going on, but I mean, what do you expect? They haven't done a patch in like a full month. This is all this stuff that has gone wrong since that month and since Digital Entertainment or whatever it's called left. But yeah, let me know what you think of the new stuff coming. Obviously, there's a lot of fixes. I don't expect you guys to remember everything. I know I already forgot half of it, even though I was the one that read it. But I'm definitely looking forward to the Ascension, which is probably already out now. Obviously the new weapons, all that sort of stuff. Before I do any stuff, I do have to apologize. This is probably going to go up a day later. I did actually record this technically yesterday, but this obviously, by the time I finish all this, it's already past midnight, so technically it is a today thing. But yeah, I'll get up to you guys as soon as possible. But yeah, let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you guys have been playing since then. Again, I do apologize, I've been away for so long. We are going to return next week. We're going to finish off the Reaver King quest. We're going to jump into the new content. We're going to try out some of the new stuff, try and unlock some more weapons. But yeah, let me know if there's any videos you want to see. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, know when the videos go live, and stay up to date with all the latest updates. But yeah, I'll be back again next time. Hopefully this will be, look, I'm fine if it's this like once a month. Obviously I don't want to have to wait a full month for updates if there's things going wrong, but something this long, like this is probably the biggest patch we've done to date, or actually by a mile. I could not do this every week. There is so much to reading, my eyes were starting to hurt looking at it all. But anyway, that's enough. We'll be back again next time. So until then, take care and peace out.